A year ago, the Bourne Braves were seeking their first Cape Cod League championship since 2009. However, the season was filled with many ups and downs.
Another day, another Braves loss. Bourne falls 5-1 to Hyannis to drop to 5-7-3 on the season.
Pop-up, shallow center field, going out Peck, coming in Rockefort, in the alley, it's Carson Rockefort, who's there to make the catch. What a finish is the Braves win, their third in a row. Throws to first base, that is in time, as that'll do it here from Doran Park. For the third time this year, Harvey Shapiro has faced his former team in the Bourne Braves, and they have tied at 2 apiece.
But as postseason time rolled around, the Bravos found their groove.
Coming in Horvath. Horvath is there. He makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The trek has just begun for the Braves as they advance to the Western Division Finals. The Braves are back, and they defend their title in the best of the West. And they got a second date with the Brewster Whitecaps, who they will face in the Cape Cod League Championship for the second consecutive summer. Breaking ball grounded up the middle, stabbed by Cummings, goes to second for one. The toss to first base is in time! Cummings spikes his glove. Get up, Bourne, the Braves have gotten their revenge. Cape Cod League champions for the first time since 2009.
And to defend their Cape Cod League championship, the Braves have added plenty of firepower.
First pitch, breaking ball. Bender flies it out deep to left center field. Going back is Matheson, still going back, looking up, and it's gone! Derek Bender gets the Bourne bats going early, a solo shot to deep left center field. It's 1-0 Bourne.
It's a brand new day of Bourne Braves baseball, and it starts right now.
For a Western Division showdown on a rainy Monday night. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna, happy to be with you here as the Bourne Braves hit the road to take on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. And Cam, I touched on in the open, little rainy, some odd weather we got going on. The start time was pushed back 30 minutes. First pitch currently set for 6:30 p.m.
Yeah, a lot of stuff was pushed back here at McKeon Park to play this baseball game. And, you know, we pulled in Matt and I, when we got here, the teams weren't here yet because they completely canceled BP and IO. And, you know, they're just right now throwing in the outfield, warming up. All the Hyannis players as well have kind of clayed the field to get this playable for tonight's game. And for one thing, Hyannis really wants to play. Both sides want to play. A rain out here tonight would cause 10 straight games for the Braves. Hyannis, I think, would play 11 in a row. So they're really trying to push this game to get it in.
Hyannis already has a game scheduled for tomorrow, another makeup, and as Cam said, clay, quick dry used. Home plate is looking like quite the scene right now, but on the mound we'll have Tristan Smith starting for the Bravos. Cam, it's his second start. The last time we saw him was at Falmouth, where he started well and kind of ran into some trouble in the middle innings.
Yeah, he kind of just lost the strike zone overall, but when his fastball's working for a left-handed pitcher, it's very hard in the zone. We understand his talent and, you know, him being able to be drafted out of high school and had that opportunity. So he's a very talented pitcher, has it off-speed working as well, just ran into some trouble against Falmouth, and the big thing for him is putting first batters down. He struggled with guys in scoring position for the Commodores, but when he was able to put first batters down, stay in his rhythm, and work ahead, he was very dominant.
Cam and I will be able to break this game down all the way up until first pitch, but we'll hand it off to Allie Navarrete and Mojo Hill with Before the Bravos. So with that said, over to you, Allie.
Thank you, Matt. Like you guys already touched on, definitely an interesting weather vibe on here at McKeon Park on this Monday evening. Game is supposed to start at 6. We'll be starting at 6:30. Mojo, crazy to think. I feel like yesterday was very full circle, obviously, because it's where we had opening day and we were back there for the first time. But this one feels even better given that this is where the Bravos got their first win of 2023.
Yeah, that seems like so long ago.
So long ago.
Pretty much almost as long as, you know, the first game of the season. And it was a lot different, too. You know, I remember it being much different weather here last time we were here. And, of course, like we mentioned before, you know, different team completely.
Totally. Lots of new faces from when we were here last, like you said. Starting today on the mound, though, won't be quite a new face. It'll be Tristan Smith from Clemson. We last saw him at Falmouth. And I know the bullpen isn't too deep right now for the Braves, not that many pitchers rostered at the moment. So I think Scott Landers is really looking for his guys to go as long as possible. We saw it with Garrett Horn in his last start at YD, pitched 6+, and then 6 really great innings as well from Ryan Fisher the other night at Dorn Park.
Yeah, they're at this point they're just kind of looking to see what they've got. You know, Landers said about that Jacobs kid yesterday. He just got here yesterday. You know, Landers honestly wasn't that familiar with his repertoire that much. He's like, we don't even know what this kid's got. We just want to, see what he has out there. And it's honestly a similar thing with Tristan Smith, who hasn't pitched a lot yet either. Only 1 start so far, just 3 innings, like Cam was talking about. He lost the strike zone a bit in that one. Gave up a couple base runners in the 3rd inning, came out of the game, and then both guys came around the score. So yeah, they need to find some pitchers. I think they're like calling, anyone they can find. It is a bit of a thin pitching staff right now, but yeah, at this point when you have unproven pitchers or pitchers you just haven't seen that much, you have to just run them out there and see what they've got and see what you have to work with.
Totally. Meanwhile, though, on the hitting side, so much to work with. We talk about it night in, night out. We'll get Bryce Evelyn back in the leadoff spot tonight, and I personally really like that. I think we saw some other people there recently, but he's been good.
Yeah, there have been a bunch of leadoff hitters. Evelyn had a good day yesterday, a couple walks and an RBI single. It's good to see Caden Bodine back in there. I know he's been banged up a bit, and he's not catching, he's DHing, but it's good to just see him in there at all because, I don't know. I was worried for a second about the status of him, and so it's clearly nothing too serious.
Yeah, he has taken a couple days off. I think well-deserved, injury or not. He's been playing basically every single night since.
He's just got some bruises. He's got a cut on his chin.
Yeah.
So.
Meanwhile, we'll see Hugh Pinckney back behind the plate, and he's been hot lately.
Yeah, he's 5 hits in his last 2 games, spread out over a big time span, just with so many catchers. You've Bender getting some time back there, Bodine, and then of course Guzman, and so yeah, it's crowded back there. But Landers felt like Pinckney was taking good at bats even before he broke out, and I think Pinckney had the same thoughts. So yeah, it's good to see some hits start to fall for Pinckney.
You mentioned Derek Bender. We'll see him in another new spot defensively today, moving from left field to right field. So now he's played his DH'd, obviously, first base, catcher, left field, and now right field. Add it to the list.
Yeah, to kind of complete that trifecta, you'd have to put him at third, just all the corners, and then maybe work towards the middle. But see if that would be an interesting experiment. But yeah, I mean, we haven't seen him play right. He does have a strong arm. He can play catchers. So, ideally, right fielders have a stronger arm. So we'll see if he hasn't gotten a lot of work in the outfield, even when he's been out there. The 2 times he's played left field.
Yeah, no, and no, the other night they ended up replacing him, so he didn't even finish the entire game at left field. But I think if anyone's going to play anywhere, it's him. We talk about that all the time. You joke how he's always even taken reps at short during BP and IO and things like that. So
yeah, he's coming for Vastine's job.
Definitely not. I mean, talk about another guy who's doing incredibly well right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's walking. He just brings so much energy at the plate. Obviously, the fantastic defense. I mean, he gets to so many balls. He's just so fluid and has such a strong arm. And he has a knack for coming through in the clutch situations, too. And, I mean, he was really animated on his RBI single yesterday. I think he seems just to care just as more than anyone on any of these teams.
Yeah, we will take a step aside now. First pitch finally coming your way in a couple minutes. When we come back, Cam and Matt.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Dorn Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun. Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org. BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? Too worn out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry. Just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And with 6 convenient urgent care centers across Cape Cod from Falmouth to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries, so you can get back to your regular scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Health Urgent Care, minor emergencies, major attention.
Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com and go Braves.
Welcome back to McKeon Park. Thank you to Allie and Mojo with Before the Bravos. And National Anthem has concluded. We're about set to get underway here with first pitch. We'll run you through the Bourne lineup that will face Mason Nichols on the mound for Hyannis. Bryce Eblin will lead off. He's playing at second base. Jonathan Vastein's the shortstop batting second. Derek Bender, as Allie and Mojo talked about, a new position for him. He's in right field batting third. Kane Bodine's cleaning up and is the DH. Garrett Michelle's at first batting fifth. Sam Peterson's the center fielder batting sixth. Pete Chufreta's in left batting seventh. This is a nice sight for him as he led off the game last time between these two at McKeon Park with a home run to right field. Cam Foster is batting eighth and playing at third, and Hugh Pinckney, who's on a hot streak right now, as Mojo talked about, 5 hits in his last 2 games, rounds things out batting ninth. Cam, anyone in that lineup that really stands out to you?
Well, right now, Jonathan Vastine is in so well for this lineup, but I think adding Bodine back, you look at that 2-3-4 spot. I talked about it last night in the broadcast. These 3 hitters, 2-3-4, probably the best tandem right now in all of the Cape. Vastine hitting right around 330, Bender just below 400, and Bodine at 400. And these guys drive in runs, they get on base. Bender and Vastine can steal. It's just a really good part of the lineup because even if Bryce Eblin does not get on in that one spot, Vastine could still lead off an inning and steal second with 1 away. So a very dangerous 2-3-4 part of this order.
On the mound for Hyannis will be the right-hander out of Ole Miss in Mason Nichols. He's 0-1 with a 7 even ERA in 4 games. With 2 starts, he's gone 9 innings, striking out 7, walking 8. And he has 1 save on the season. This is the second time he'll face Bourne. The last time he did was the first one of the season for Bourne. Back on the 16th here at McKeon Park, he took the loss. He went 2/3 of an inning, striking out 1 batter, gave up 2 hits and 2 earned runs. Cam, what do you look for Bourne here against the right-hander in Nichols? You got lefties in Eblin and Vastine, along with the switch hitter in Bodine. 3 of those top 4 hitters have a favorable matchup here against the righty.
Yeah, and more walks than strikeouts for Nichols on the mound. So I think that's definitely important to look at. And if you're Eblin in this one spot, especially this first inning, you want to watch a lot of pitches in. Let him work. And if you foul off 2 pitches in that bat and the count's 2-2, changes the whole opportunity because Nichols has shown he's had trouble working through long at-bats, putting away hitters. That shows the walk numbers being above the strikeout numbers. So definitely these Bourne hitters, and what they've done so well is working at-bats, working long at-bats, and being able to find pitches even in, when they're down in a 2-strike count. We saw that on Vastein's home run against Harwich.
Well, tonight they'll look to find that same success against Nichols that they've had as of late. But Jonathan Vastein, that hot hitter in the order, was big last night with an RBI in the win over Brewster, a 5-4 comeback win for the Bravos. They scored 3 runs in the 7th. That game was cut short due to darkness, and tonight, well, we're not sure. Hyannis has had a fog out recently that we might be in line for a very similar outcome tonight. And Cam, you look more at Hyannis as a whole. They sit right in the middle of the Western Division standings at 12, 11, and 1, and now Falmouth starting to creep up behind them. What do they need to do for tonight to get back in the win column?
Well, continue what they're doing right now. And, the last 2 games, Hyannis has played a lot better. They had a losing streak, got back, and a little bit of a win streak right now. But with Falmouth creeping up, they're playing some good baseball. And we talk about it. The mid part of July, these teams kind of getting settled in completely, and Hyannis has shown their team kind of falling apart. They lost Williamson. They lost Amick, 2 of their best hitters, but they've shown that they're still going to battle in games. They're a well-coached team, and right now at that 12-win mark, and they got to start to get hot right now with the way that Falmouth is playing.
You touched on Ben Williamson. He was drafted last night in the MLB draft. A lot of former Braves being picked. Matt Shaw was taken by my Chicago Cubs. I'm very excited about that. But we're about set to get underway here from McKeon Park for first pitch. Hyannis in their alternate orange jerseys with the blue pinstripe pants and blue stripings on the shoulders and arms. Born in the road blues and gray pants. Eblin in the lefties batter's box. The first pitch from Nichols. Fastball misses inside. And it's 1-0. Eblin right now batting .231 on the season. Has 9 RBIs for the Bravos. Swinging on this one, and he lines it into right field over the head of a leaping Eric Snow. And Bryce Eblin begins the game with a leadoff single.
And that's big right there for Bryce. Hard hit ball to the right side. He's done that so much lately. A lot of hard hit balls for outs. And good for him to see one through. Had a hit and a double last night against Brewster on a big RBI. So staying hot right there.
Eblin reached base 3 of the 4 times he got up to the dish. 2 walks to begin the game, and then, as Cam said, the RBI double in the 6th. Brings up Jonathan Vastein. Eblin leads off first against the righty and Nichols, held on to by Zach York. First pitch to Vastein is a fastball that misses high and outside. 1-0. We'll look at the rest of this Hyannis defensive alignment. Will Taylor's out in center field, flanked in left by Nick Mitchell and in right by Zach Earhart. Zachary York's at first, Eric Snow's at second. Elijah Hainline's the shortstop, and at the hot corner is Cameron Smith. The battery mate for Nichols is Aaron Parker. A 1-0. Breaking ball misses outside. It's 2-0. Vastein with a .327 batting average. 1 home run, 12 RBIs so far this season, and he's 9 for 10 on stolen bases. 2-0, fouled straight back, it's 2-1.
And his timely hitting as well has also been big. A lot of clutch RBIs. The go-ahead last night against Brewster.
Had a pair of RBIs last night against Brewster. Eblin leads off first. 2-step lead off of York. The 2-1 from Nichols. This one's popped up. Shallow left field. Charging in is Mitchell. Coming on towards the line, and he'll make the catch for the first out in the top of the first.
And Vastein there just getting under that one. That's a good pitch inside from Nichols, popping that one up towards left field. And Matt mentioned it, the conditions here, definitely something to watch out for in some high fly balls, the fog, the lights. A little bit of a slight drizzle.
Saw a lot of heavy rain early on. Time called as Bender's the first one to step in the righty's batter's box. Working on a time called by the home plate umpire in Joe Cruz. He's joined by Joseph Giacchio at first and Ronaldo Cockram at third. First pitch to Bender. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball, left side of the infield, out of reach for the backhand for Hainline. Bender picks up a single, puts Eblin over to second. Bourne threatening here early in the top of the first. Just a ground ball for Bender, went low on the breaking ball and found a way to pull it through the left side of the infield.
And a great job there from Bender poking one through, and this is what this part of the lineup does. You know, they've done it a lot with one out, but Eblin was able to get on, even Vastine not on. First and second now with Bodine, who's hit the ball so well.
And it does bring up Caden Bodine. He leads the team in batting average with .410. First pitch fastball, he takes low for ball one. It's 1-0. No home runs for Bodine so far, but he does have 10 RBIs. Has worked 5 walks and has been hit by a pitch twice. Eblin leads off second. Nichols takes a peek. 1-0 spiked into the dirt. Blocked by the catcher and Parker, and Eblin will hold over at second.
And a lot of room down the left field line as well here for Bodine, who has also shown he can go the other way.
Infield creeping in for Hyannis, all even with the bags across from first to third. The 2-0. Breaking ball catches the inside corner. It's 2-1. Bender takes his lead off first. He's not held on to by York. Eblin not being held on to anyone at second. 2-1 breaking ball. It's upstairs, and it's 3-1 to Bodine. Bourne looking to jump ahead here in the top of the first. The 3-1, both runners going. It's low, and Bodine works ball 4. Loads the bases with just 1 out here in the top of the first as Garrett Michelle will come up to bat.
And this has been the trouble for Nichols in his 2 starts so far. Losing hitters, not commanding in the strike zone, and not being able to throw consistent strikes. And that lets Bourne kind of, get in front of his fastball and read that if he is behind in counts or just get runners on base like this.
Garrett Michelle comes up in a big spot. 246 average, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. First pitch breaking ball right at the belt for strike 1. It's 0-1. For Michelle, his issue's been the strikeout numbers. Has worked 8 walks, but he's struck out 33 times. He's able to put a ball in play. He's got enough power to crank it over the right field fence. The 0-1 spiked into the dirt. Nice pick by Parker behind the plate, holds Eblin at third. Count moves to 1-1 with just 1 out here in the top of the first. Bases loaded for Bourne. Eblin began the game with a single to right field. Bender followed it up with a ground ball through the left side of the infield, and then the walk from Bodine has loaded the bases. Vastine, the only batter retired on a flyout to left. Corners creeped in on the infield grass for Hyannis, the 1-1. Fastball is low, and it's 2-1.
And now if you're Michelle here with Nichols not finding the zone, he's going to consistently try to go back to what's working. He's thrown that slider in the zone for a strike, has not really commanded the fastball.
The 2-1, breaking ball. Michelle grounds it down the first base side. It will trickle foul. Count evened at 2-2 with 1 out. On deck is Sam Peterson, the center fielder. Michelle settles back in. Nichols on the bump. Leans in, gets his sign from Parker. He sets from the stretch. And the 2-2. Michelle ropes this into right field. That will be caught on a line by Earhart. Tagging is Eblin. The relay throw home is off target. Bryce Eblin will score. And Bourne strikes first on the sac fly from Garrett Michelle. It's 1-0 Bravos.
And a great piece of hitting there from Garrett Michelle. 2-strike pitch. And Hyannis is going to check down here to third base. And Eblin did leave on time, so the run will count. But a great piece of hitting there from Michelle, and understanding that Nichols has shown his commanding pitch has been that slider. So waiting back on it there, putting a ball in the air to the outfield to score run number 1.
For Michelle, he now ties Derek Bender for a team high in RBIs with 13 after his sac fly. Brings up Sam Peterson, the righty out of Iowa. And Nichols will step off, fires a throw over to second with Bender back standing up. For Peterson, he's batting .289, has 3 RBIs, including one last night against Brewster. Has the bright yellow Iowa cleats. He says his parents brought him in yesterday. First pitch swing, he lines it out deep towards right field. Going back is Earhart, looking up towards the warning track, and he watches it in with the over-the-shoulder catch for the third out. Bourne strikes first on the sac fly from Garrett Michelle. Makes it 1-0 Bravos as we head into the bottom of the first here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Welcome back to McKeon Park. Bourne strikes first in the top of the first inning. A sac fly from Garrett Michelle brought in Bryce Eblin, and it's 1-0 as we get our first looks at the Hyannis Harbor Hawks bats. Matt Scalzo, Cam Manna with you here on this rainy and cloudy Monday night under the lights of McKeon Park. We'll take a look at this Hyannis batting order. Leading off will be Nick Mitchell playing in left. Zach Earhart bats second, playing in right. Cam Smith is the third baseman batting third. Zach York is batting cleanup and playing at first. Alex Lane's the DH batting fifth. Elijah Hainline bats sixth and is playing at short. Eric Snow's the second baseman batting seventh. Aaron Parker, the catcher, and batting eighth. And rounding things out is the center fielder in Will Taylor. They'll be facing the left-hander out of Clemson and Tristan Smith, who's making his second start on the mound for the Bravos, third appearance overall. And he comes in with a 6.75 ERA, 0-0 on the season. His first start, he went 3 innings, gave up 3 earned runs on 3 hits at Falmouth, struck out 3 and walked 2. Cam, for Smith, what's the key for him to get through this Hyannis order?
Smith has done a great job when his confidence is up and he's been able to work ahead and has a very killer off-speed pitch, fastball, tails, and for a lefty right around 91, 92 miles per hour. So when he's been able to put first batters down and throw first pitch strikes, he gets himself in such a good rhythm. You'd like to see him tonight work a lot better with runners on base and in jams and continue to be consistent in the strike zone.
Leading off will be Nick Mitchell. Comes in with a team high in batting average at .333 through 10 games. Has 4 RBIs and has multiple extra base hits, 2 doubles and 3 triples. 5 walks to 6 strikeouts so far this season. First pitch from Smith. Fastball misses inside, and it's 1-0. From Smith. Fastball low, and it's 2-0. Hyannis coming off a 9-1 win over Wareham last night at Spillane Field. A 2-0 to Mitchell. Fastball catches the outside corner, and it's 2-1. For Mitchell, he went 1 for 3 last night with a pair of RBIs, scored twice, also worked 2 walks from that leadoff spot. Bourne, meanwhile, coming off a 5-4 win at Brewster last night. The 2-1 bouncer back up the middle, fielded by a charging Eblin. Fires to first, it's low, and it's gloved by Michelle for the first out. We'll run you through the Bourne defensive alignment. Out in center field is Sam Peterson. He's joined in right by Derek Bender, and Pete Chufreda is out in left. Up the middle for the infield, Bryce Eblin's at second and Jonathan Vastine's at short. On the corners is Garrett Michelle at first and Cam Foster at third. The battery mate for Tristan Smith is Hugh Pinckney. And that is your Bourne defense for tonight. Eblin making the play at second. That brings up Zach Earhart. Right fielder batting in the righty's batter's box. First pitch swinging, he clips it straight back, and it's 0-1. Earhart this season with a 143 batting average. 1 home run and 3 RBIs. Has 11 walks to 11 strikeouts. The 0-1 from Smith. Breaking ball bounces into Pinckney. It's 1-1.
And that fog coming in a lot more here at McKeon Park. It was more just starting in the outfield. Now it's kind of starting to come in towards the infield too.
0-1, fastball bounces in, and it's 2-1. Cam said it, the fog's starting to come in, and it's not the first time Hyannis has had some fog trouble. Just 2 nights ago, they fogged out against Brewster, but it was long enough to be an official game, and the Harbor Hawks picked up the 7-4 win. Currently riding a 2-game winning streak, as is Bourne. 2-1, swing and a miss by Earhart. It's 2-2. The 1-2 from Smith. Earhart ground ball right side of the infield. Backhanded by Michelle. He'll flip to Smith, and he will win the race to the bag to get out Earhart. Nice little PFP action for the second out. Brings up Cam Smith.
And a good timing there from Michelle, waiting for Smith to get over, and Smith very athletic off the mound. A great jump to first base. And Bourne works the PFP to perfection.
Brings up the third baseman and Cam Smith, a .307 average for him. He's played in every game this season for the Harbor Hawks. Leads the team in hits, runs scored, has 3 home runs and 11 RBIs as well. First pitch to the right-hander. Fastball is low, and it's 1-0. Smith went 3 for 4 with an RBI and 2 runs scored against the Gatemen last night. Like Mitchell, he's also an extra base machine. He's got 8 extra base hits, 6 doubles, 2 triples. Also has 3 home runs along with 11 RBIs. (1-0). Fastball is low, and it's 2-0. Smith facing his college teammate in Smith. Actually, nope. I thought Smith went to Clemson. He goes to Florida State. That's a bad look for me.
Well, there is the Clemson jerseys. That's, you know.
The 2-0. Called strike at the knees. As Mojo said, they do have the same last name, so taking on his last name counterpart. 2-1. Smith flies it out, shallow right field, charging in his bender, underneath it, and he'll make the catch for the third out. A 1-2-3 inning for Tristan Smith on the mound. Bourne takes a 1-0 lead as we head into the second here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. from directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? Too worn out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And with 6 convenient urgent care centers across Cape Cod from Falmouth to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries, so you can get back to your regular scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Health Urgent Care, minor emergencies, major attention.
Welcome back to McKeon Park. Into the top of the second we go. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. It's a 1-0 Bourne lead after a sac fly from Garrett Michelle drove in Bryce Eblin in the top of the first. Tristan Smith worked a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. And Pete Ciuffreda digs in, takes the first pitch fastball high and tight for ball one. Ciuffreda, 261 average, a home run that came here at McKeon Park on the first pitch of the first meeting between these two back on June 16th. 1-0. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-1. Ciuffreda also 8 for 9 with stolen bases, and he leads the team in walks. 1-1. Breaking ball drops into the knees. It's 2-1. Ciuffreda 15 walks to 18 strikeouts on the season, transferring from Lafayette to Rutgers in the fall. The 1-2. Breaking ball, Ciuffreda, soft line drive straight at the second baseman in Snow, and he gloves it for the first out.
And that's a good start to a bounce-back inning for Nichols in working his off-speed pitches. That's been his bread and butter so far in the strike zone. Fooled Ciuffreda on those pitches twice. He was swinging there on that 2-strike pitch and just got jammed inside.
Brings up the third baseman in Cam Foster, 260 average for him. No home runs, 8 RBIs. Foster out of Liberty. First pitch swing, and he golfs it foul down the right field line. It's 0-1. Cam's been here from the jump with the Bravos, making his 15th start. Went 0 for 3 against Harwich 2 nights ago. Breaking ball on the 0-1, catches the zone. It's 0-2. Prior to that, he went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs at Wareham on the 6th. 0-2. Fastball low and away, 1-2.
And he's also been a big part of this order, and we talk about the balanced lineup. Him in that 6-7 spot has been big for the Braves.
1-2 to the righty and Foster. Fastball fouled straight back. Count stays where it is. Bounced right near our crowd mic. Hugh Pinckney stands on deck for the Bravos. The 1-2. Foster sharply hit line drive into right field for a 1-out base hit. Bourne gets another base runner on as Foster's now 1 for 1.
And a strong piece of hitting there. Foster adjusting to the pitches from Nichols and working the other way. Nice in and out swing from Foster. Continues to hit the ball well.
Just finding that gap on the right side of the infield between York at first and Snow at second. Brings up Hugh Pinckney on a 2-game hitting streak, both of which have been multi-hit games. Foster leads off first, held on to by York. First pitch to Pinckney. Fastball's popped up down the third base side, tailing out of play. Smith racing over, and it's going to land in front of the fence and out of reach for Cam Smith. Count moves to 0-1 to Pinckney. Went 3 for 4 at Falmouth on the second, followed it up with a 2 for 3 performance at YD on the 7th. Picked up an RBI in both of those contests. Settles into the lefty's batter's box and an 0-1 count. Foster leads off first. Snap throw from Nichols to first. Foster back standing. Pinckney will reset himself, get set for an 0-1 from Nichols. Bryce Eblin, the top of the order, due up after Pinckney if it gets to him. The 0-1. Breaking ball, chopper first base side, and it goes foul. Hughes been rocking the yellow taped wrist on his right wrist. Started it at Falmouth, said he saw Bryce Eblin do it. It seemed to have worked for him, so Hugh tried it out, and right now it's working for him.
Yeah, 5 hits in the last 2 games for Pinckney. He's been very stellar so far in the Braves lineup.
Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball low, laid off by Pinckney. It's 1-2. The average for Pinckney was low for quite a while, but like Cam said, 5 games, the last 2 hits. It's elevated up to 233. 3 RBIs this season. Coming off his freshman season at Rutgers. Freshman out of Toronto, Ontario. He was drafted out of high school with the Padres. Chose to forego and head to college to join Josh Kuroda-Grauer and the Scarlet Knights. 1-2, fastball fouled back, and the count will stay where it is.
And some good spoil pitches here from Pinckney, making Nichols work, and now it comes back to, can Nichols be consistent, stay back in the strike zone, and stay ahead here on a 1-2.
Nichols still in search of his first strikeout here. First time through the order against the Bravos. Foster still leading off first, has a 2-step lead. 1-2, breaking ball low, gets away from Parker. Foster will dart for second, and he's in there standing up as the ball found its way down the first base line away from the catcher. And Aaron Parker puts a runner in scoring position here in the top of the second for Hugh Pinckney and Bourne.
Big spot now for Pinckney, and once again, back-to-back strikes have not been on the board here for Nichols. Missing there, back to that off-speed, and he's mixed up. He's gone off-speed fastball. So if he stays consistent here, he's going to go back to that heater to Pinckney.
Tall Foster over at second, the 2-2 home. Fastball is low, and Pinckney's battled back to work a full count here with 1 out in the top of the second. Bourne already with a 1-0 lead. Garrett Michelle, the sac fly in the top of the first inning, brought in Bryce Eblin, who stands on deck for Bourne. Foster over at second, not being held on to a 2-3-step lead at second base. Nichols checks over at Foster, and time is called. Pitch clock violation against Nichols. And with that, Hugh Pinckney is awarded ball 4 and heads on down to first.
Yeah, just taking too much time there. Was Nichols on the bump and just really misreading the pitch clock there, taking a long time, and that's the one time you don't want to do it on a 3-ball count.
We've seen that more often as of late here. Pitch clock violations as we've moved further into the season, and Bryce Eblin comes up in a big spot. Pinckney off first, Foster at second, no one holding on to the runners. First pitch, breaking ball, big swing, and he comes up empty for Eblin. It's 0-1. Eblin a single to right field and scored in the first inning. Looking to add on to this Bourne lead here in the top of the second. The 0-1. Fastball, ground ball, back up the middle. Gloved by Snow, he's going to tag out Pinckney, flip to first, and it's in time for a double out. Oh, he didn't tag out Pinckney, and it pops off his helmet on the throw from York, trying to get back to second. And so just 1 out there for Hyannis, puts runners on second and third with 2 outs. And Jonathan Vastine will come up. Time is called as Hyannis wants to talk things over with this umpiring crew. Snow charged at Pinckney to tag him out on his way to second. They said he didn't get him. As Pinckney stopped in his tracks, they flipped to first. They thought they had the double play, and then Pinckney made the mad dash for second, and the throw on the way back to second base ricocheted straight off the back of Pinckney's helmet.
Yeah, weird play right there, and it looked like just initially he tagged Pinckney and then threw the ball to first, and then, you know, Pinckney was still frozen on the base paths, and now the umps are going to have a conversation. I think Pinckney even thought he was tagged out, because then he was caught between the base paths and was going back towards first, and then started running to second and just got nailed in the helmet.
Well, Hugh knows whether or not he was tagged out or not, and he's not going to say if he was, because this is a big spot for Bourne and one of their hottest hitters in Jonathan Vastine, if the call stays where it is. The umpire and crew of Joe Cruz, Joe Giacio, and Ronaldo Cockrum come together in front of home plate.
And you wonder here if they can even overturn a call like this, because once again, it's one of those knick-knack plays that the best view was there on the bases. And yeah, it's going to stand with Pinckney being safe.
So big spot now for Bourne, looking to add on to their lead. Both runners in scoring position for Jonathan Vastine. Shortstop in his last 5 games is batting an even .400, has 4 RBIs, 8 for 20 over the last 5 games. First pitch to the lefty. Fastball is low, blocked by Parker. It's 1-0. Vastine flew out to left his first time up. Looking to deliver here in another big spot for Bourne. Pinckney off second, Foster at third. Breaking ball, called strike 1 on the inside corner. The third baseman and Smith creeped up on the infield grass. Rest of the infield at standard depth, the middle infield of Snow and Hainline on the edge of the outfield grass. York a couple steps off the line at first. 1-1. Breaking ball in dirt, 2-1 to Vastine.
And it's the very consistent mix of pitches from Nichols. I think that the Bourne hitter is now reading it from off-speed to fastball. So you wonder if Nichols states that here and if Vastine knows he's looking for that.
There is a lefty up in the Hyannis bullpen. 2-1 to Vastine. Ground ball, first base side. Straight at York at first. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that will end the inning. So Nichols and Hyannis works out of trouble here in the top of the second as Bourne look to add on to more to their 1-0 lead, but they'll come up empty as we'll head to the bottom of the second here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org.
This is Cam Foster. You're listening to the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to McKeon Park. Matt Scalzo, Cam Manna, happy to be with you here as we head into the bottom of the second. A 1-0 lead for Bourne over Hyannis. Garrett Michelle, a sac fly in the first inning, the difference so far. as Tristan Smith comes back onto the mound. He worked a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. And now he'll face 4, 5, and 6 in this Hyannis order, beginning with Zach York, then Alex Lane, and Elijah Hainline. The heart of this Hyannis order, and he made quick work with the top of the Harbor Hawk lineup, just letting his defense make plays.
And Smith here looking to just keep bearing down and look through a Harbor Hawks order that's been struggling overall. But York was about to dig in. 2 games so far and 2 hits.
2 for 6 across those 2 games. Has a couple of RBIs as well. York out of Grand Canyon University, hails from Tucson, Arizona. The lefty against the lefty in Smith. First pitch fastball is low for ball 1. York went 1 for 4 at Wareham last night. A run scored and 2 RBIs as well. 1-0. Fastball at the knees, 1-1. Breaking ball fouled off, and it will dribble down the first base side. Count moves to 1-2. One-two from Smith. Breaking ball flied out towards left field. Giuffreda moving in, now takes a few steps back and will settle under it for the first out in the bottom of the second.
Good pitch there from Smith once again. That's a little bit of an elevated off-speed pitch, but York just didn't time it up well at all and tried to pop it up left side. And so far the pitch is in the zone for Smith, and that's been kind of what we talked about on the pregame, putting the first batter down.
Brings up Alex Lane. Has played in 17 games so far this year for Hyannis. Has a .250 average. Takes the first pitch. Fastball out of the zone, 1-0. Has a couple RBIs, no home runs for the tall DH out of Northeastern. 12 walks, 3 hit by pitches to 17 strikeouts. The 1-0, he goes around on the check swing on the fastball, and it's 1-1. No shift on here for Bourne. Foster about 3 steps off the third base line to the righty in lane. The 1-1. Fastball, called strike, inside corner right at the belt. And it's 1-2. Middle infield of Eblin and Vaston have their heels on the outfield grass. No shift on in the outfield. Peterson camped out in straightaway center. 1-2. Called strike 3. Lane down looking, frozen on the breaking ball from Smith. And there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the second for the first K on Tristan Smith's night.
Great pitch from Smith there. Once again, not wasting any time, going right back in the zone and freezing Lane on back-to-back pitches.
Brings up Elijah Hainline, the shortstop. .273 so far on his season. 10th game for him with Hyannis. Takes the first pitch fastball low in the dirt, 1-0. Couple of RBIs for him. Has worked 7 walks to 7 strikeouts. 1-0 from Smith. Fastball down the chute, 1-1. Hainline setting the righty's batter's box, facing the lefty and Smith. 1-1. Breaking ball bounces in. Picked by Pinckney, it's 2-1. Fogg still probably in the same sort of setting that we've seen it at when we saw it at the start of the game. It's noticeable, but not overbearing, I think is the way to describe it.
And a lot of it on the left side, not a lot of it in right field.
2-1. Fastball swung on and missed by Hainline. It's 2-2 with 2 outs. Smith looking for another 1-2-3 inning. Same defensive alignment as there was to Lane. The 2-2 from Smith. Swing and a miss, foul tipped into the mid of Pinckney. He squeezes, and that will be strike 3. Second strikeout for Smith. Back-to-back to end the inning. We head into the third here from McKeon Park. It's a 1-0 Bourne lead over Hyannis on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
Welcome back to McKeon Park. Into the third inning we go. Mason Nichols back on the mound here for Hyannis. He'll face 3, 4, and 5 in the Bourne order. Derek Bender, Caden Bodine, and Garrett Michelle due up. Bourne with a 1-0 lead. They struck first on a sac fly from Garrett Michelle in the top of the first. And then Nichols bounced back, worked around a little bit of trouble there in the second, had runners on second and third, but worked the ground out of Jonathan Vastine to end the threat, and so he'll face Derek Bender to begin the third inning. Bourne looking to add on some more insurance to their starter in Tristan Smith, who has worked 3 innings so far on the mound. Righty on righty to begin the third. Bender picked up a single, made it over to second base in the first. First pitch breaking ball, swinging, but Bender fouls it straight back, and it's 0-1. It's the heart of the Bourne order. Bender to Bodine, and then Michelle. 0-1. Fastball right on the outside corner, 0-2.
And Nichols really looking for a quick inning here. Pitch count already rising after 2 long innings. The 1-2. Fastball elevated, misses above the letters, and it's 2-2. One and two, excuse me. The 1-2, breaking ball, foul, grounded on the left side of the infield. Charging in is Handline. He'll fire to first, and it's in time for the first out. And a similar swing to Bender's last at-bat, just that one a lot more out in front. And got fooled there on that off-speed pitch. Good mix-up of pitches there from Nichols, kind of the first time we're seeing that.
Brings up Caden Bodine. DH that walked his first time up. Batting lefty here against the righty and Nichols. First pitch swing, he pops it up towards shallow center field, ranging back his hand line. He'll call everyone off and make the catch for the second out. Back-to-back quick outs via Elijah Hainline for Mason Nichols brings up Garrett Michelle.
And his 2 tough swings there, some off-speed pitches. Bourne being a little bit too jumpy in the batter's box, especially Bodine there early on in that AB.
Brings up Garrett Michelle. He's got the RBI tonight, a sac fly back in the first. First pitch swing, and he comes up empty on the off-speed down and away. It's 0-1.
And Michelle continues to produce RBIs, and he's had the strikeout numbers, but when he has guys on base, he's done a good job working the ball in play.
0-1. Off speed misses upstairs, 1-1. 1-1. Breaking ball slips out of the hand and misses high and away to Michelle. It's 2-1. Nichols sits on the mound against the lefty and Michelle. The 2-1 home. Fastball misses low and in. It's 3-1 to Garrett Michelle with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. No one on base for the Bravos. Sam Peterson's on deck if it reaches him. Nichols rocks and deals the 3-1. Fastball down the gut. Full count to Michelle. Payoff pitch from Nichols. Breaking ball fouled off of home plate by Michelle. It just caught a piece to stay alive. Slight drizzle on at McKeon Park. Almost like a slight mist. 3-2 to Michelle. Swing and a miss. Fastball blown by him. 1-2-3 inning for Nichols, and that's his first strikeout of the night. As we'll head to the bottom of the third. Bourne still holding on to a 1-0 lead over Hyannis here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? 2-1 out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And with 6 convenient urgent care centers across Cape Cod from Falmouth to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries, so you can get back to your regular scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Health Urgent Care, minor emergencies, major attention.
This is JKG. You're listening to the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to McKeon Park. Bottom of the third coming up. Hyannis bats in the bottom of the order, due up to face Tristan Smith. It will be Eric Snow, Aaron Parker, and Will Taylor to face the left-hander out of Clemson. He's worked 2 1-2-3 innings so far against the Harbor Hawks. Bourne with a 1-0 lead. Garrett Michaud, the sac fly in the first, drove in Bryce Eblin. Bourne looked to add on some more in the second, came up empty, and then a 1-2-3 inning for Mason Nichols in the top of the third. Gave way to where we are now as Smith sets on the mound, facing the righty and Snow. First pitch, breaking ball right into the heart of the zone, 0-1. Snow at .246 average. No home runs, but 9 ribbies this season for Hyannis. 0-1. Breaking ball, foul tipped into the mid of Pinckney, and it's 0-2. Snow has worked 6 walks, been hit by a pitch twice, but has struck out 13 times. The 0-2. Defensive swing, fouled straight back. Count stays where it is at 0-2. Bourne looking to stay undefeated on the season here against Hyannis. An 8-6 win at this very park for Bourne's first win of the season, then 11-4 back at Doran Park. An 0-2, swing and a miss. Down on strikes. goes Snow. That's 3 straight strikeouts for Tristan Smith, and there's 1 gone in the bottom of the 3rd. And then the last meeting was also at Dorn Park, a 4-3 win for the Bravos, a walk-off walk for Garrett Michelle in the 9th inning. First pitch is high to the catcher and Aaron Parker. It's 1-0. Parker has not had the summer he would have liked. An 0.53 average, no home runs, no RBIs, 2 walks to 5 Ks so far for him through 7 games. Here the 1-0 is flied out deep towards right field, tailing out of play. Now it will stay on the line. Bender ranges over and he makes the catch for the 2nd out. Eric Bender occupying the 2nd position here in the outfield. We've seen him this season. Seen him in left field a pair of times. Now in right. He's caught the last couple nights. And has also played at first.
And that's big for a team as well, especially a lot of hot hitters, knowing you can put Bender in a lot of different places if you want to get a lot of different guys in the lineup.
Brings up the 9-hitter in Will Taylor. 196 average for the center fielder. First pitch, low and inside, brushes him off the plate, and it's 1-0. Taylor, I am not going to make the same mistake this time. Facing his college teammate and Tristan Smith, both attend Clemson. Little friendly rivalry. 1-0 breaking ball, catches the inside corner, it's 1-1. Taylor, it's a bit more obvious he goes to Clemson. The white cleats, white and orange cleats, purple laces. 1-1. Another breaking ball, this time on the outside part of the plate. It's 1-2. Everyone in the ballpark can hear Joe Cruz call for a strike.
And he has the orange Nike shin guard as well.
Smith looking for another 1-2-3 inning. He rocks and deals a 1-2. Breaking ball fouled off by Taylor. He'll stay alive, and the count will stay where it is at 1-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. A 1-0 Bourne lead over Hyannis. Both teams on a 2-game win streak currently. Bourne 2nd in the West, Hyannis 3rd. Both still chasing Katuitt, who's at the top of the 17-7 record. 1-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Taylor froze it on the fastball. And Tristan Smith is dealing right now, operating like a surgeon. 3 consecutive 1-2-3 innings as we head into the 4th. I'll hand play-by-play off to Cam when we come back here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.
This is Jonathan Vastine, and you're listening to the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
(1-0) Bourne as we head to the top of the 4th inning here from McKeon Park, and the Braves back with the sticks. 6, 7, and 8, 9 in their order. Sam Peterson, Pete Giuffreda, Cam Foster, and if it gets to him, Hugh Pinkney due up. And Mason Nichols back on the bump. The right-hander's longest outing so far in the summer. Has started twice, has gone 3 innings both times, and he's entering his 4th inning of work right here. And Nichols so far a long 1st inning on that run score for the Braves. A long 2nd inning, but a 1-2-3 3rd, where he picked up his first strikeout. 3 hits so far for the Bravos. Sam Peterson digs in, 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field. Nichols a deep breath, back to the windup here. Peterson the wide righty stance. Highlight kick, first pitch off speed. This one's low. Count 1-0. And Bourne during this 5-game stretch, they've been able to work from behind in a lot of these games, but now showing that they can work from ahead once again. Just a 1-0 lead looking to extend. Nichols is 1-0, breaking ball bounces to the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes.
And Cam talked on the importance of leadoff base runners for Bourne. If you're able to get Peterson on, that's big. We've touched on his speed in pretty much every outing so far this season.
2 balls, no strikes. Nichols delivers. Fastball outside, 3 straight balls to Sam Peterson.
Saw Eblin led off the game with a single. He came in to score. Last night at Brewster, every inning that Bourne brought in a run, leadoff base runner was able to get on.
Nichols, the 3-0. Fastball low, a 4-pitch walk for Sam Peterson. The first time that he'll reach base here tonight. And now the 3rd walk allowed by Mason Nichols in his 3rd start. And here's the lefty, Pete Giuffreda. Giuffreda 0 for 1, but loves this ballpark. Bourne's first win, a leadoff home run. First pitch of that game. In the 7-hole here tonight. Peterson with a 2-step lead off first base. Giuffreda in the box with a tall stance. Nichols from the stretch. Pick over to first. Sliding back is Peterson. Peterson with 8 stolen bases and back to Bourne having leadoff base runners on. The reason of them scoring is the stolen bases. Them getting into scoring position with 0 to 1 out. Under 2 outs has been the story. Pick over to first once again. High throw. Back safely is Peterson.
And he touched on the stolen bases. Bourne not only set the record for most team stolen bases in a game at Wareham with 11, they also lead the league in stolen bases by 25, I think is the margin. 68 for the Bravos so far this season. Next closest team has 43.
Nichols set. First pitch to Giuffreda. Fouled straight back on the heater. Bourne also top in batting average at 270. Second in runs scored at 134. Back on a 2-game winning streak, taking down Harwich and Brewster the last 2 games. Last night ended in 8 innings. Pick over once again from Nichols. This one just a high throw. Chucking that one over. Count still 0-1. Lefty still warming up in the bullpen for Hyannis. Peterson going on the 0-1. Fastball way upstairs. A throw from Parker down to second base. Not in time. Rolls into center field. Stolen base number 9 for Sam Peterson. Now tied for most on the team with Derek Bender.
And Jonathan Vastine as well.
3-way tie for 9 stolen bases. And crazy to think, a few games ago talking to Chris Stanfield and Gage Harrelson, 2 of them the fastest guys. It just shows how many fast guys there are on this team and how many good base stealers there are. Peterson, Vastine, Bender, Giuffreda with 8 stolen bases in the box. Nichols set, runner in scoring position. Here's the 1-1. Peterson going again, off-speed pitch. He wants the lead in stolen bases. The throw to third, it's in time. Parker gets Sam Peterson, robs stolen base number 10. And that's out number 1 here in the top of the 4th.
Peterson, he timed up it well. But with the lefty and Giuffreda in, it makes the throw for Parker easier. And he just threw a dart that sunk right, sinking down towards the ground, right into the glove of Smith. And he just waited there.
Back to the windup as Nichols. 2-1 fastball inside. Giuffreda backs out of the way. 3-1. Giuffreda batting .261, 4 RBIs. Looking to start a new inning here for the Braves. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fastball way upstairs, ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Nichols. This one a 5-pitch walk. And a mound visit here from Hyannis. This could do it for Mason Nichols. The lefty in the bullpen. They give him the point, and he'll come into the game. Runner on first with 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Bourne still leads 1-0. We'll get you the new pitcher and everything you need to know when we return on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? Too worn out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.
The night comes to the end for the right-hander Mason Nichols, and now Cade Obermueller on the mound. The left-hander stands at 5'11" from Iowa. This past season for the Hawkeyes, 15 appearances on 22 innings, had 1 save on 13 hits, a 4.91 ERA. But he's been stellar so far for the Harbor Hawks, a 1.92 ERA, making his 7th appearance, 15 strikeouts to 4 walks. No saves, but he's been a guy that's bared down for the Harbor Hawks in these kind of games. Bourne leads 1-0. Giuffreda off first base. Cam Foster, the righty, digs in. From the stretch, first pitch, Giuffreda's going. Fastball upstairs, a throw from Parker down to second. This one's close, but not in time. Giuffreda slides in safely, and now we have a 4-way tie for most stolen bases on the Braves roster. Giuffreda now with 9. It's not the home run title, but some pretty exciting stuff for some of the faster players. Giuffreda, a very good base stealer. He's off second base, 1-0 count. Obermueller set once again, glove at the belt, takes a long look at Giuffreda. 1-0 to Foster, fastball up again, 2-0.
Yeah, and even with the first pitch to the lefty and Obermueller, Giuffreda wasted no time.
Second baseman in Snow behind Giuffreda. 2 balls, no strikes. Obermueller set once again. 2 looks at Giuffreda. Pitch to Foster. Big swing and a miss. Back to that elevated fastball. Count 2-1.
And Obermueller, he's a sidearm thrower. Does have a interesting setup. He really shields the ball. Has his right foot a bit more closed off to hide it a little more to these hitters.
Hides that glove as well as he's turned, as Matt mentioned. Pick over to second base. Just a late throw, lobbing it over.
Yeah, he was looking over at Giuffreda. He was twitching around a little bit.
Foster 1 for 1. Singled and got to third base. Back in the second inning. Obermueller set once again. Takes a look at Giuffreda. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Fastball outside. Count now 3-1. In the 6 appearances so far for the left-hander, only one of those appearances he's had earned runs. That was 2 against YD back on July 5th. The other 5, no earned runs, and only one hit coming into that YD appearance. His 3-1 pitch, low and inside fastball, clips the zone, count full. An opponent batting average of under 200, right around 150. 2-step lead for Giuffreda once again. Snow holding him on. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Obermueller. High leg kick. The pitch. Fastball fouled off. First base side out of play. Hugh Pinckney waits on deck. And then to the top of the order and Bryce Eblin if it gets there. Straight away is the Hyannis outfield. Just that middle infield pinching a little bit here. Smith off the bag at third base by a few steps. York the same at first. Obermueller set once again. The 3-2. Fastball, chop foul right behind home plate. Foster stays alive. We talked about that fog earlier on in the broadcast and the rain. First pitch getting pushed back to 6:30. That fog still present, not as bad, just towards the outfield and the left side. And a light mist, as Matt and I have talked about. Lefty set once again, and look at Giuffreda now a second look. The 3-2 once again. Fastball chopped right back at Obermueller. This one looks like it went right off of him. The shortstop in Hainline throws it over, gets past the first baseman in York, and Giuffreda is going to score. Foster to second base. And Obermueller looks a little bit banged up on the mound, takes his glove off. A lot of the Hyannis coaches and the trainer come out as he walks around the mound.
It looked like it hit off his hand, his left throwing hand. He put it up to try and stop it or even just defend himself. Don't want to see anything come off the head area of a pitcher.
Hard hit ball there from Foster right back up the middle, and it ricocheted to Hainline, who couldn't make the throw to first base offline to York. So Giuffreda did come in to score to make it a 2-0 game for the Braves. But you got to hope here that Obermueller is okay on the bump, getting looked at by a few of the players in the infield, his catcher in Parker, and the two coaches and the trainer for Hyannis. Trainer still looking at him here. Now they're walking off the mound, it looks like. Obermueller grabbing his glove, now stepping back on the bump. His coach will hand him the ball. It looks like he'll get a few practice pitches just to make sure that he's okay. Some claps here at McKeon Park. A few waves at the pitchers in the bullpen. Two arms getting loose, it looks like, over there in left field.
Yeah, you'll have to see how he fares on these pitches after getting hit.
Fastball comes in, looked good down the middle. He'll take a few more here. Cam Foster is going to be on second base. Ruled as the fourth hit for the Braves. And an error on the errant throw from Hainline. Hugh Pinckney will be the batter. One out here in the top of the fourth. The trainer and the coach walk off the field for the Harbor Hawks. Home plate umpire in Cruz will go back behind home plate. And good to see Obermueller okay. Has been so stellar for the Harbor Hawks. I don't want to see anyone get hurt, but a hard ground ball right back at him, especially off the bat of Foster. So Pinckney, the lefty, now set in the box. Lefty on lefty matchup. 2-0 Braves. Foster off second base. Picks up the RBI. Obermueller set. Glove with the belt, takes a look at Foster. First pitch to Pinckney, off speed in the zone, 0-1. Pinckney 0 for 0. Walked on a pitch clock violation on a 3-2 count back in the second inning. Third baseman in Smith, 4 steps off the bag. Shortstop in Hainline covering Foster. 0-1 pitch. Off speed, just misses outside. 1-1. Pinckney, as we talked about, 5 hits in his last 2 games. Picked up 3 against Falmouth, 2 in the game following. Obermueller set, 2 looks at Foster. Fires in the 1-1. Fastball outside corner. This one gonna miss. Count 2-1. It was 2 hits against YD on a game where Bourne only put 4 knocks on the board. Foster still off second base. The shortstop and Hainline right behind him. Hyannis looking to stop the bleeding. 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Pinckney looking to extend. The lefty set once again. 2 looks at second base. High leg kick, the 2-1 pitch. Fastball at the knees, a called strike. Count knotted at 2s.
Obermueller appears to have bounced back from having his throwing hand hit, but you got to wonder if Hyannis is, for precautionary reasons, going to get someone warmed up here. You don't want to strain something if there's underlying.
He picks over to second, high throw, back to Hainline. Nothing going in time, just threw it over.
If there's something underlying for Obermueller that he's not feeling right now,
He's looking to power through this inning here. As we mentioned, few players getting loose in the bullpen for the Harbor Hawks. Obermueller set once again, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. A look at Foster. Here's the pitch to Pinckney. Fastball, this one, loop towards left field, down for a base hit. Foster heads to third base, he'll get the stop sign. And Pinckney stays hot for the Braves. His first true at-bat here tonight. And makes it 6 hits in his last 3. Runners at the corners with 1 away. And back to the top of the order, it's Bryce Eblin.
And you can't say much about Hugh now. Just really persevered through that tough opening 7 games or so for him on the season. And now he's gotten his bat to come around, and he's just putting the ball in play. He's finding those free real estate areas in the outfield, just a shallow blooper.
Another lefty-on-lefty matchup. Obermueller set, high leg kick. Eblin shows his bunt. He's going to pull back. Looks like it was foul tipped into the glove. Count 0-1. Third baseman in Smith, just a step behind the infield grass. Middle infield pinching. First baseman in York holding on the runner in Pinckney. Eblin 1 for 2 so far. Led off the game with a single. Came around and scored on the sac fly from Garrett Michelle. Obermueller set once again. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing. Gets past the catcher in Parker. Here comes Cam Foster. He'll waltz in and score. Pinckney goes to second base. Bourne in front, 3-0. Bravo is finding ways to score on some errant pitches and moving up in scoring position. That's what they've shown, the aggressiveness on the base paths. And Eblin an RBI chance. Pinckney moves up 90 feet on a 1-1 count.
Bourne just stays advantageous when they're on the base paths, taking advantage of any sort of miscue that just slightly gets away from a catcher. They're going.
Obermueller fires on the 1-1 pitch. Eblin pokes this one third base side, gonna clip foul. Now a 1-2 count. No batter has gone down so far this inning. Was Peterson gunned out at third base? He's the only out. He led off the inning with a walk. Tough spot here for Hyannis. Trailing 3-0, 5 hits for the Braves, 1 error. That's costed the Harbor Hawks this inning. Pinckney with a 2-step lead off second base. Glove at the belt. Here's the 1-2 from the lefty. Fastball gonna miss upstairs, count knotted at 2s. Bourne now 3 games back of first place, a big game for the Harbor Hawks. Both teams riding on 2-game win streaks. Hyannis now 4.5 back. Hayline, the shortstop behind Pinckney. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This one gonna clip Eblin. He'll reach base for the second time tonight. And a few missed pitches here from Obermueller after that hard ground ball back at him from Foster. First and second with 1 out. And here comes Jonathan Vastine, who welcomed you back at the beginning of this inning. Vastine 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. Home plate umping Cruz gets a new ball. Another lefty-on-lefty matchup. We've seen Giuffreda, Pinckney, and Eblin face the lefty and Obermueller. Vastine that 4th batter. Eblin off first base, Pinckney off second. The lefty set, glove at the belt, high leg kick. First pitch, fastball outside, gets past Parker once again. Both runners will advance. This one going to be on the pass ball from Parker, a 1-0 count. And now the manager for Hyannis is going to come out and talk to Obermueller once again. And since that ground ball from Foster, just missing a few pitches in the zone, was not attacking as much as he was before, has taken some stuff off the fastball. A righty warming up in the bullpen for the Harbor Hawks, and this looks like it may do it for Obermueller. First baseman in York and the catcher in Parker talking to the southpaw. Second and third here for the Braves with 1 away, a 1-0 count to Vastine. And the home plate umpire and Cruz now comes out to talk.
And that arm up for Hyannis he's getting warmed up quick. Really trying to move him along, already into the crow hop throws, and now starting to stretch back to the mound.
He had his sweatshirt on just a minute ago, and that mound visit just helping out Hyannis to get that pitcher warm. But a big spot here for Jonathan Vastine and the Braves, looking to extend their 3-run lead. Smith, the third baseman, 5 steps off the bag. First baseman in York in on the grass. Vastine digs back in. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball outside corner, a called strike. This inning started with Sam Peterson, Pete Giuffreda, a few stolen bases, some wild pitches, and Bourne has worked around to extend the lead. Pinckney off third, Eblin off second. And time called here. Vastine with 12 RBIs. Picked up 2 against Brewster, had the 2-run home run against Harwich. He's been seeing the ball so well and helps out this top of the lineup. And this heart of the order with Bender and Bodine. Here's the 1-1 pitch from the lefty, fouled straight back from Vastine, count 1-2.
For Obermueller, I guess the one slight positive is you get lefty on lefty. However, Pinckney and Eblin, both lefties, they've found ways on base. Don't want to get too cute like he did to Eblin. Had 2-strike count on him and tried to jam him inside, ended up hitting him.
The 1-2 pitch, this one driven to right field and down the line. This one is going to drop, and it's going to drop foul, says the home plate umpire and Cruz. Vastine steps in the bag, he'll head back to the box. We'll do the 1-2 again. Hard hit ball there from Vastine. Infield in for Hyannis coming into that 1-2 pitch. A lot of room down the left field line with Smith away from the bag. York straight away at first. Vastine looking to extend the lead for the Braves. 5 hits now for them. Pinckney still off third, Eblin off second base. Home plate umpire and Cruz calls play. Obermueller set once again. Highlight kick. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This one driven out towards right center field and deep. The right fielder and Earhart coming towards the gap. He'll make the catch. Tagging from third is Pinckney. Eblin going to third. Pinckney's going to score. The throw to third base gets past the third baseman and Smith. Picked up from the pitcher and Obermueller. Eblin's going to stay at third base on the backup. But it's a sac fly for Jonathan Vastine. Bourne now leads 4-0 here in the top of the 4th.
Just doing your job. That's the simplest thing for Bourne and something that they've preached really over the last few weeks, Scott Landers and company, to just keep it simple. You don't need to get all these runs at once. Just a sac fly does it. Just tack onto that lead, and Earhart on the move made it easier for Pinckney.
Here's the righty Derek Bender. First pitch, fastball upstairs, check swing, and they look down. And Giacco saying no on the check swing from Bender. Bender so far 1 for 2, singled back in the first inning on a ball to left field. Kept that rally going before that sac fly from Michelle. Obermueller, 1-0 pitch, fastball low and inside, 2-0. 13th RBI for Jonathan Vastine. Ties Derek Bender with 13 in that category, top on the team. A lot of players tying tonight for the Braves in statistical categories, especially stolen bases. The 2-0 pitch from the lefty, foul tipped in the glove from Bender, 2-1. Eblin still on third base. 2 outs still here in the top of the 4th. The lefty and Obermueller set once again. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Off speed, gonna miss, up and outside. Count now 3-1. First batter to go down this inning was Vastine, and he drove in that run. Before that, it was just the Peterson stolen base to third. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fastball low and inside, ball 4. 5-pitch walk for Derek Bender. Second time he'll reach base here tonight. And runners still at the corners for the Braves. And here comes the teammate, Caden Bodine. But this may do it for Obermueller. Another mound visit for the southpaw.
Yeah, that will be the night. A point to the bullpen. It will be a right-hander coming out now for Bourne, or excuse me, for Hyannis.
So second pitching change here in the top of the 4th inning. The night comes to a close for the lefty, Cade Obermueller. And we'll get you the new pitcher and everything you need to know when you return on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And with 6 convenient urgent care centers across Cape Cod from Falmouth to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries, so you can get back to your regular scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Health Urgent Care, minor emergencies, major attention.
Second pitching change here in the top of the 4th inning, and we return on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. 2 outs, 3 runs so far in the top of the 4th on a 4-0 lead for the Braves. Bryce Eblin will be off third, Derek Bender off first, and the new pitcher for the Harbor Hawks, Carter Lovas, the right-hander out of William & Mary. His 8th appearance, a 5.78 ERA, 9 1/3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. His last outing came on July 8th against Brewster, 1 inning, 1 earned run, 1 hit, and 1 K. It's been Nichols and Obermueller so far, and Lovas now looking to stop the bleeding here early on in the 4th. Caden Bodine will be the batter. He'll bat left once again against the righty. And 3 runs on this inning. 1 error for Hyannis. It's been a wonky kind of inning. Obermueller was banged up on a ground ball from Foster. Tried to finish the inning, but Bourne followed up with a hit from Pinckney, a hit by pitch from Eblin. A sac fly from Vastine. Bender just walking and brings up his teammate in Caden Bodine. Carter Lovas set here on the bump. Bodine finishes his batting gloves, batting left once again. 0 for 1 so far, walked in the 1st inning. Lovas going to work from the stretch, middle infield pinching. Third baseman in Smith off the bag at third base by 5 steps. Time called in the box here before the first pitch by Bodine. Bodine not playing in the last 2 games for the Braves, but back in the lineup, leading the team in batting average at .410 coming into this one. Lovas rocks on the bump from the stretch, takes a look at first. Bender going first pitch, the throw down from Parker on the pump fake, he will not throw. Bender trying to bait that throw, standing between the base paths. Now he'll step on second. And a 2 RBI chance here now for Bodine. And Bender now back in front in the stolen base department with 10. Bodine looking to blow this one open. Lovas, glove with the belt, takes a look at Bender. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Off speed, low and inside. This one's going to miss. Count 1-1.
Yeah, Bodine's, he's had a little wear and tear on him last few days. He's been hit by multiple pitches, foul tips off his legs behind the plate.
1-1 count. Lovas fires. Fastball low, blocked from Parker. Count 2-1. 2 doubles also for Caden Bodine on those 10 RBIs. Long top of the 4th inning so far. Straight away is the outfield. Same depth for the infield here. Lovas agrees with the sign once again. Glove with the belt. Takes a look at Bender at second. Fires on the 2-1 pitch. Wave and a miss from Bodine. Count 2-2. Garrett Michelle waits on deck. One of the RBIs tonight for the Braves on the sac fly. And Lovas looking ahead to the top of the 4th and this long top half. Here's the 2-2 pitch, off speed outside. Parker just holds on. Count now full. Payoff pitch coming up. 3rd full count of the inning. Bodine waves his bat back in the lefty's batter's box. Lovas sets quickly, a long look into Parker. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball outside, it's going to miss. Another long AB and another walk for the Braves. Bodine heads down to first. Base is now juiced. And now the 4th walk of the inning for the Braves, not including the hit by pitch to Bryce Eblin. And if Garrett Michelle can get on here, Bourne will bat around. Sam Peterson led off this inning. Michelle looking to tack onto his RBI total. Has 13 with that sac fly. First pitch to Michelle, big swing and a miss at the heater. Count 0-1. Lovas set, 0-1 pitch. Off speed and a miss outside, count now 1-1. After the sac fly, Michelle went down swinging. That ended the third inning. Third baseman and Smith away from the bag once again. Bases loaded. Lovas fires in the 1-1 pitch. Fastball at the knees. A called strike. Count 1-2. And can this be the chance here for the Harbor Hawks to stop this top of the fourth? Eblin off third, Bender off second, and Caden Bodine off first. Glove with the bell once again for Lovas. Long look in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball inside corner, a called strike 3. First punch out for Carter Lovas, and he stops a long top of the fourth. Bourne puts 3 runs on the board. They lead 4-0 on this rainy night from McKeon Park. And for more on that, we have our sideline reporter, the third member of our crew, Allie Navarrete.
Oh, rainy indeed, Cam. There is a lot of dirt, mud, and water in the dugout right now. One guy in particular who's taking quite a hit is Sam Peterson, obviously one of the fastest guys on this team, always running on the base path. He's already done it today. After he slid and tried to steal third but got caught, came back into the dugout, so dirty, used the water cooler to try and wash it all off and wasn't quite successful. I think he just kind of gave up at that point. Some of the players have been complaining a bit about the infield being a little bit muddy, but obviously not stopping Bourne, who's up 4-0.
Well, we thank you for that, Allie. Bourne up 4-0, and thankfully for us here in our little broadcast tent, we're staying nice and dry. Our producer, Ryan Bridges, has our towel over the computer and the expensive equipment that we have to keep this broadcast going. But you stick with us. Well, to the bottom of the fourth inning here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? Too worn out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com, and go Braves.
The Braves put 3 on the board in the top half of the fourth inning. We head to the bottom half here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. We thank you for joining us alongside Matt Scalzo. I'm Cam Manna with you. Tristan Smith has been stellar so far. The lefty back of the bump. Top of the order, here's the lefty and Nick Mitchell. First pitch from the windup, fastball inside, 1-0.
Feels like it's been a minute since we've seen Tristan Smith.
Great way to put it there. Long top of the fourth inning. 2 pitching changes for the Harbor Hawks. Smith set, fires in the 1-0. Fastball, called strike on the outer half. And here at McKeon Park, that fog still present. Matt and I talked about. Nice and dry here in the tent. We're not sure if we're going to play. First pitch got moved back. 1-1 pitch, fastball back in the zone at the belt. Count 1-2. First pitch was set for 6, moved to 6:30. Matt and I were one of the first people at the field. No one was here when we arrived. IO and BP, they were cut. Just looking to play baseball here tonight. Smith's 1-2, chop second base side. Eblin charges in, makes a glove grab. Takes 2 taps with the glove, fires to first. It's in time for a quick out number 1.
Yeah, maybe a little too close for comfort there for Bryce and Garrett Michelle. Nick Mitchell hustling down the line, trying to just provide any spark for Hyannis.
4-0 lead here for the Braves on 5 hits. 4th meeting of the summer between Bourne and the Harbor Hawks. The Braves so far 3-0, an 8-6 win. The first win of the season for the Braves came here at McKeon Park. And 2 wins at home, 11-4, and a walk-off win, 4-3. Here's the righty and Zach Earhart. First pitch, off speed, at the knees, called strike. 4 strikeouts so far for Tristan Smith, entering his 4th inning of work. He's from the windup, glove with the belt, high leg kick. 0-1 pitch, off speed, way in the attic, 1-1. 2 wins in a row for both of these teams, a big July Western Division showdown. And 2 rivals that saw each other in the West semis in 2022. Smith's 1-1, big wave and a miss from Earhart. Count 1-2. Earhart 0 for 1 on a 1-2-3 first for Smith. His second start on his summer has made 1 relief appearance as Earhart ties his shoe here in the box. And dusting off his cleats as well, that mud, as Allie talked about at the end of the top of the 4th. The players have talked about that infield mud. Makes a lot of sense with the amount of rain that has come down here on the Cape today. We'll do it again. Here's the 1-2. Smith fires this one in. Fastball way outside, goes to the backstop. 2-2.
Yeah, and Hyannis already has a makeup game scheduled for tomorrow against Katuitt. So they've already got something scheduled for tomorrow.
And Katuitt was rained out today.
And, yep, Katuitt had to reschedule today. Their game's obviously earlier at Lowell Park, no lights, and the rain was persisting earlier.
Wide stance now for Earhart. Smith, the 2-2 pitch, off speed, fouled off first base side, out of play. Bourne has been on the luckier side of the rain outs and the fog outs. They'll get the day off tomorrow and then play Chatham back at home. But the day off tomorrow was no matter what happening for this team with Hyannis playing here. They were talking about a doubleheader maybe for Saturday if this game couldn't happen. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5 for Tristan Smith, went to the heater. 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, it appears for Tristan Smith, even with the long wait times between his innings, he's still feeling super comfortable on the mound. He's got all his pitches working and exactly what Bourne needs. A thin bullpen staff that we've touched on. They're making it work.
Here's the tall righty Cameron Smith. First pitch off speed. Skied out first base side. Going to be out of play. Smith 0 for 1. He's been the heart of this Hyannis order and a guy that's been here since game number 1. Batting .307. 3 home runs for the third baseman out of Florida State. Smith back to the windup. Fires on the 0-1 pitch. Fastball low. Pinckney can't glove it. Count knotted at once. And Bourne having a weird game yesterday. It was back and forth against Brewster. Ended in 8 innings due to darkness. You don't really see this stuff often in a lot of different leagues. Time called here by home plate umpire and Cruz before the pitch. And it looks like Tristan Smith just using a stick to take off the dirt under his cleats. And I was going to say, seeing this stuff on the Cape, the fog outs, the dark outs, doesn't happen in a lot of different leagues. One of the unique beauties of Cape Cod baseball. Smith's 1-1 pitch, this one line right up the middle, a scorcher for Cameron Smith. That's the first hit of the night for the Harbor Hawks in the hands of the righty. And with 2 outs, a base runner for Hyannis, and here comes the first baseman in Zachary York.
It took a while, but Hyannis broke through. Fastball from Smith, left right in that sweet spot for any barrel. And Cam Smith, one of the better hitters on this team, probably the most dangerous hitter when you look at this Hyannis order, able to drive it into center field.
Here's the lefty Zachary York, 0 for 1 so far. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, 4-0 lead for the Braves. Smith from the stretch, first pitch, chop first base side, over the head of Garrett Michelle into right field. Rounding second is Smith, he's taking the turn to third base. York's going to stay at first. Back-to-back hits for Hyannis, trailing by 4 runners at the corners with 2 outs.
And now they're starting to find something here. For York, that's a hard hit ground ball, just takes a weird hop in front of Garrett Michelle, pops up over his glove, that in-between hop. Now, if you're Smith, you just got to settle in. You got to bear down, get back on the horse, and get out of this inning.
Something brewing here for Hyannis. Here's the DH, Alex Lane, 0 for 1 so far. Went down looking in the second. Has 2 RBIs on his summer so far. York off first base, Smith off third. Big spot here for Hyannis. Smith looking to bear down once again with 2 away. Glove at the belt from the stretch. High leg kick, first pitch fastball, just going to miss outside. 1-0. And these games so far between Hyannis and Bourne, as expected as it's seen the last few years, close games, battles, come down to the last few innings. That's been the first and third of this series. That second game a blowout, an 11-4 win. Smith fires in the 1-0, cut on and miss from Lane on the elevated fastball, 1-1. One run in the first for Bourne, 3 in that top half of the 4th inning. Smith set once again, takes a look at first base. The 1-1 pitch, same result, back to that fastball, swing and a miss from Lane, count 1-2. Smith a chance to get out of this inning. Keep a goose egg in the run column for the Harbor Hawks. First baseman in Michelle back, not holding on the runner in York. Normal depth for the Braves defense. Smith sets his sights. The 1-2. Fastball just going to miss low. Good frame from Pinckney at the knees. Even at 2s. Lane chokes up here with 2 strikes. The tall, wide righty stance in the back of the box. Smith leans over to looking for the sign, a long look in. Now sets his sights. A deep breath, now the 2-2. Fastball, this one fouled straight back. Lane not going away, stays alive. In all the games so far that Bourne has played the Harbor Hawks, they've come out to leads early. Hyannis has shown the ability to crawl back. Would be a big position to do it here. We'll do the 2-2 again. Smith's pitch, off speed, swing and a miss. Tristan Smith, strikeout number 6. 2 hits here in the bottom half of the 4th for Hyannis, and no runs. Bourne still in full command over the Harbor Hawks. They lead 4-0 as we head to the top of the 5th inning on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And with 6 convenient urgent care centers across Cape Cod from Falmouth to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries, so you can get back to your regular scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Health Urgent Care, minor emergencies, major attention.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? 2-1 out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry. Just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com, and go Braves.
Sam Peterson led off the top of the 4th inning. He'll do it again here in the top half of the 5th. A 4-0 lead for the Braves on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Alongside Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna with you. Carter Lovaz now back of the bump. Once again, the reliever entering his first full inning of work. A lot of pitching changes in that top half of the fourth. First pitch to Peterson, a called strike on the off-speed, 0-1. A long fourth inning where the Braves almost batted around. It was Peterson who led off that inning. Walked, stole second, caught stealing a third. From the windup is Lovas. 0-1 pitch off speed, foul first base side, out of play. But now something to watch out for. We've talked about it, the stolen bases for the Braves. Now 4 players being tied in the department for 9 overall. The 0-2 pitch, fastball, chin music inside to Peterson, 1-2. And that dirt all over Peterson. Back to what Allie brought up. You can't really even see the Braves logo on the front of his blue jersey. Dirt all down the high pants for the center fielder. Lovas, the 1-2, change up low, count 2-2. And funny to say, Hyannis, with the white pants and the orange uniform, not a lot of dirt showing on them. They just haven't had the opportunity to get as dirty as Bourne has so far, but would be a lot more visible. 2-2 pitch, wave and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Carter Lovas in the first out of the top of the 5th. Pete Giuffreda now digs in, walked and scored back in the 4th inning. Came home on a wild pitch. Had a stolen base as well. Tall lefty stance. Lovas back to the windup. A shift on here for the defense of Hyannis. First pitch, off speed in the zone. Shortstop and hanging line is up the middle. Cameron Smith at third, about 6-7 steps away from the bag. And normal depth to the right side of the infield between Snow and York. The 0-1 pitch, off speed, wave and a miss. Count quickly 0-2. Giuffreda 0 for 1 so far, popped out in his first at-bat. Lovas looking to show some consistency here for the Harbor Hawks pitching staff. Is 0-2, this one shot foul right in the box. Giuffreda stepped on the ball after it was fouled off. That fog still persistent here from McKeon Park, that rain drifting away. Lovas set once again, long look in, glove now at the face. 0-2, fastball, swing and a miss, back-to-back Ks. Third straight going back to the 4th for Carter Lovas. 2 away in the top of the 5th.
Lovas just having a bit more comfortability that we've seen from Hyannis pitchers. He's just attacking the zone, getting ahead early, using that first pitch fastball for strikes. The breaking ball also for first pitch strikes.
Here's the tall righty Cam Foster. Lovas first pitch off speed, popped up first base side towards the Bourne dugout. York runs all the way over the catcher and Parker comes over. It's going to drop in between them. Right by the dugout of the Braves, bounced in it looked like. Count 0-1. Tough play for York or Parker to make. Hole plate umpire here in Cruz talking to Pinckney right back in the on-deck circle. Foster 2 for 2 so far, 2 singles, scored back in the 4th inning. Came into the game batting .260. Bumping that up here for the Braves. Lovas set, 0-1 pitch, cut on and miss from Foster on the heater. 0-2, and Lovas looking for the first 1-2-3 inning since the 3rd for Hyannis. Foster digs back in, looking to stay perfect. Lovas, 0-2 off speed, called strike 3 at the knees. 4 punch outs in a row for the right-hander, and 3 in this inning. Huge bounce back for the Harbor Hawks. Bourne still leads 4-0. Bottom 5 coming up here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you're interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bornbraves.org, and come join the fun.
Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com, and go Braves.
We head to the bottom of the fifth inning here from McKeon Park, and we thank you for joining us once again on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Matt Scalzo and Cam Manna with you. You'll hear from Navarrete once again in a little bit. Tristan Smith back on the bump for the Braves, entering his fifth inning of work. He'll face 6, 7, 8, 9 in the Hyannis order. Matt Smith has been stellar so far, had a no-hitter coming into that fourth inning. He had 3 straight 1-2-3 innings, 6 strikeouts right now for the left-hander. What's been working for him?
He's been able to find the zone with all of his pitches for strikes, the fastball. I think he's got a change as well, and his breaking ball, all of which have worked for strikes, all of which have kept hitters off balance. He can work forwards in a count. He can also work backwards as well, and it's just done such a great job at keeping these hitters off balance and letting his team make plays behind him. He's had Eblin make a couple nice plays and fly balls, and especially with the fog as well, just doing a nice job as a whole to let his defense make plays and find success with his pitches.
Here's Elijah Heinlein, the righty shortstop, 0 for 1 so far, one of the 6 punch-outs in favor of Tristan Smith. He'll look at his bat, wave it, and get set in the righty's batter's box. Smith set back of the bump, working from the windup once again. Sets his sights, high-light kick. Here's the first pitch. Fastball comes in low, showing bunt was Heinlein. He pulled back. Normal depth for the Bourne defense. Foster a few steps away from the grass at third. Michelle back at first. Middle infield straight away. Smith set, glove with the belt. 1-0 pitch, fastball up, 2-0. Heinlein came into the game batting .273, 3 RBIs and 1 double. Waves his bat twice. Smith set once again. Long looking to the side from Pickney. Now he agrees before the 2-0. Here's the pitch. Fastball just going to miss, low and outside. Now 3-0. 2 hits last inning for the Harbor Hawks. Stranded 2 on the base paths on a big 6th punch out for Tristan Smith. Looking to work back here against Heinlein. Here's the 3-0. Fastball at the knees, a called strike. Now 3-1. Smith, a stellar second start so far after the Falmouth won on July 2nd. His 3-1, cut out and missed from Heinlein. Works it all the way back full. Went 3 innings in that start. Entering the 5th here from McKeon Park. Punch out number 7 could be in order. Smith set. The 3-2. Fastball driven first base side and foul out of play. Eric Snow and Aaron Parker to follow. The 3 due up in the order for Hyannis. Snow with a strikeout, Parker with a flyout. Wide stance now for Heinlein. Smith will do the 3-2 again. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside corner, called strike 3. He's got everything working. 7 strikeouts, 1 away.
Just huge for him to battle back too in that count. 3-0, found the zone with his breaking ball, went power on power with the fastball, took a little bit off it, but located it well to run the count full, and he's just dialed in right now.
Works all the way back, down 3-0. Here's the righty, Eric Snow. First pitch off speed, cut on and miss. Snow went fishing. Count 0-1. Snow batting .246 at a USF. 9 RBIs in his summer so far. An everyday player at second base for the Harbor Hawks. Smith's 0-1, fastball just going to miss right above the letters, 1-1. Bourne looking for 3 wins in a row in the 4th over Hyannis. And so far, they've been in full command on both sides. Smith, 1-1, off speed. This one going to miss up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hyannis, the 7th best offense at the moment in the league. 115 runs scored, 5th in runs allowed at 114. They've played a lot better in their last 2, riding that 2-game win streak. Smith's 2-1, fastball up and inside. And he'll try to work back all the way again. Count now 3-1. Smith once again cleaning off his shoes, just the bottom of those cleats. Steps back on the rubber once again, working from right in the middle of it. Back to that windup. Sets his sights, highlight kick, 3-1 pitch. Fastball at the knees, a called strike. 3-2 count once again. The resilience from Smith has been on full display since first pitch. Down 3-0 to the first batter, down 3-1 to Snow. Now count 3-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball just fouled back. Went to the elevated heater. Snow just got a piece. We'll do it again. Not much more you can say about Smith. Drafted out of high school, elected to play at Clemson. Fires back to 3-2. Off-speed grounded right back up the middle. Vastine ranges up the middle. He'll make the play. Fire onto first. Michelle off the bag. The tag will not be in time. Michelle pointed towards the first base ump in Giacco. And Scott Landers comes off the first base dugout here to talk. And the first base ump pointing him back. And Landers asking to elect to have a visit here between the umpires. Close play at the bag. Vastine just throwing that one on the run from the middle of the second base bag. Michelle came off the bag, looked for the tag. And very tough to see, but tough to overturn as well.
Yeah. Oh,
they're going to call him out?
Yeah, Garrett was adamant that he got him, and Hugh Pinckney backing up the play on the run down to first. He said he got him, and it was Joe Cruz, I think, that might have had the better look. The home plate umpire that might have said something else.
And now Hyannis has some words for that overturn call, and we've talked about it so much. These picky calls, can they be overturned? But Cruz was kind of the one that overturned it behind home plate, having that straight look down the first base side, able to overturn that. That's one of those calls where it is possible. And tough to overturn it a second time here. That one just not going to happen. But out number 2 here for Tristan Smith. Going to be a 6-3 put out from Jonathan Vastine to Garrett Michelle. As we wait here for this other visit to end. And Aaron Parker will be the batter. Not much you can say here to overturn this call once again. Just very unlikely to happen.
Yeah, and you could even argue that Cockrum at third might have had the angle to see it as well. Across the diamond, but it's a tough call for the first base umpire because you're looking for that sound of the foot hitting the bag.
And still some words talking between Cruz and third base coach for the Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, Cruz telling him it's his last warning. But just that angle that you're at for a first base umpire, it's so hard to tell if they're able to get the backside of a runner back when they're pulled off the bag for a first baseman.
So here's the righty, Aaron Parker. First pitch, fastball low from Smith. Count 1-0. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bourne still in front, 4-0. Parker 0 for 1, a fly out back in the 3rd. Smith set from the windup. When he lost his footing on the 1-0. Just couldn't come all the way through on the pitch. We'll do it again. And that mud now affecting Smith a little bit more as he had to clean off his cleats. Now fires in the 1-0. Fastball elevated. It's upstairs, 2-0.
You touched on the mud, and now that fog that we've talked about, it's visible all throughout the outfield from left to right. We're not able to see it as much for the infield, but I'm sure it's there a little.
A 2-0 pitch. This one skied out shallow right field. Michelle going back at first base. Benner doesn't look like he could see it. He's charging in now. He dropped the ball. This one drops in right center field. Parker now to second base. Bender just lost it straight off the bat. I think Michelle and Eblin did as well. No one really saw that ball. And the umps now coming in. They may call this game. All three umps meeting on the first base side. If they call it right here, we're in the 5th inning. And this would not complete a full game with Hyannis being the home team entering the 5th. So, man, they would have to finish this game at another time. Bourne leading 4-0. The umps go back to their respective positions, not going to call the game. Sigh of relief for everyone entering the 5th inning here from McKeon Park. Man, that would have just been killer. And now Hyannis, their third base coach, talking to Cruz. Just a fiasco going on here during this bottom half of the 5th inning. A lot of overturned calls, some arguments. Now the fog playing a factor. This game started 30 minutes late. A Hyannis fan just yelling, play ball. And everyone here just looking to play ball. You wonder if Hyannis is trying to just move this game aside, down 4-0. Because as of right now, Hyannis would have to get through this bottom of the 5th. There is 2 outs. That would be a completed game. So another conversation between the third base coach and Cruz. This one ends once again. Parker will be on second base. They're going to give the hit to Hyannis. That is their third. And it'll be a double in favor of Aaron Parker. And Will Taylor, the center fielder, teammates with Tristan Smith, he'll dig in. Hyannis looking to break the score on their side, down by 4. That fog a lot more persistent now on the infield. Smith set. Here's the first pitch to Taylor. Fastball, this one low, check swing, Taylor held up. Count 1-0. And we'll see what they decide after this inning. Maybe they call it right after Hyannis finishes their ABs. Smith set back to the stretch. Taylor's 0 for 1. Parker on second base. Smith gives him a look. The 1-0 found straight back off the netting. And Pinckney even threw his hands in the air, not being able to see it. He's looking up at the sky as well. Vastine was doing the same.
Bourne right now, they just want this final out. You enter into that completed game territory, and
it's almost like the bottom of the 9th right now. Smith, glove of the belt. 1-1 pitch. This one popped up first base side. This one going to flare out of play. Count now 1-2.
It just shows how quickly, like, the narrative can change for a coach. One, you're arguing that your runner was safe, and the next it's, well, if it's you can't play, then we can't play, and this is an official game, and we can go back another day. Not saying that that's what Hyannis was trying to do there, but, you know, a big factor of it is player safety as well.
And they're a very well-coached team, just trying to do everything they can to fight for their players. Scott Landers would do the same. Smith once again cleaning off the bottom of his cleats. A lot of dirt flying off. 1-2 count here, 7 strikeouts so far for the left-hander. Looking to finish off the bottom of the 5th. Bourne leads 4-0. The 9-hitter and Taylor back in the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Smith will look at second. Highlight kick. The pitch, swing and a miss. The number goes to 8 for Tristan Smith on the strikeout counter. The bottom of the 5th comes to a close. 1 hit for the Harbor Hawks on no runs. We head to the top of the 6th. Bourne leads 4-0 on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn. Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com, and go Braves.
Still playing baseball here from McKeon Park. We head to the top of the 6th inning. A 4-0 lead for the Braves over the Harbor Hawks in the 4th meeting between the two teams this summer. Bourne leads the Western Division Series 3-0. And Hugh Pinckney 9-1-2 in order for the Braves. Carter Lovas, the righty, back on the rubber for Hyannis. 5 hits for Bourne, 3 for the Harbor Hawks. 1 error for Hyannis as well. That 3rd hit for Hyannis coming on a high fly ball to right center. Bender just battling the fog, and that ball dropping down, being ruled a hit. Pinckney 1 for 1 so far, reached on a pitch clock violation on a walk, and singled and scored back in the 4th inning. 6 hits in his last 3 games for the Rutgers catcher. Lovas set, the second pitcher out of the bullpen for Hyannis. His first pitch from the windup, off-speed low, count 1-0. Eblin and Vastine to follow in the order for the Braves. That's the top half. Glove at the face from Lovas, 1-0 pitch. This one popped up third base side, gonna flare out of play. And a lot of long innings. A long first inning where Bourne scored a run, put 3 on the board in the top half of the 4th. It was a scoreless top half of the 5th on 3 straight strikeouts for Lovas. His last 4 batters have all gone down on strikes. Pinckney looking to change the tide here. Here's the 1-1, popped up third base side, out of play once again. Quickly 1-2. Bourne in back-to-back wins has had the lead. 5-4 win against Brewster that finished in 8 innings, and a 5-2 win at home against Harwich, where Bourne was in front from the very jump. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Pinckney chops this one second base side, charging in his Snow. Glove grab, fires on the first. It's in time for out number 1 here in the top half of the 6th. Top of the order now for the Braves. Here's Bryce Eblin. He's 1 for 2, singled and scored to lead off this game. That was the momentum at the very jump for the Braves offense. Hit by a pitch in the 4th, was stranded at 3rd. The lefty stands in the front of the box. Lovas back to the windup. Third baseman and Smith, a few steps off the bag. First pitch, chopped first base side. Looks like off the foot of Eblin as well. Count 0-1. We talked about that fog being a factor. There was maybe some conversations of this game ending after 5, but they're keeping it going here from McKeon Park. Lovas, 0-1 pitch, chop first base side. York runs over, makes a sliding grab, picks it up, fires to first to Lovas. PFPs to perfection. York going full extension. He's getting dirty. 2 away here in the top of the 6th.
Huge play by the first baseman there. That had eyes there from Eblin, and York said not so fast. And then good cover by Lovas moving over to first.
And his jersey visibly dirty with the wet infield on the dirt. Here's the lefty Jonathan Vastine with 2 away. 0 for 2 so far and a sac fly. First pitch, off speed, way outside, 1-0. And Lovas has been stellar out of the bullpen so far after a tough outing for Nichols and Obermueller not finishing an inning. From the windup, 1-0 pitch, fastball way outside, 2-0. Vastine with 13 RBIs, tie for the team leading with Michelle and Bender. Wide stance here for Vastine, stands in the back of the lefty's box. 2-0 pitch, fouled straight back, count 2-1. Bourne with a lot of leadoff base runners. That's been their story the last few games. That was Eblin in the 1st, Sam Peterson in the 3rd. That's been it for them, but those have been the innings they've scored runs. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball is going to be low. Count now 3-1. Bourne looking for a 2-out base runner. Vastine with the 9 stolen bases. He can start rallies even with 2 outs. 3-1 pitch, wave and a miss. Scout now full. And Lovas looking to stop the bleeding here and give the Harbor Hawks a chance, only trailing by 4. Lovas set, highlight kick. Here's the pitch. Vastine skies this one out towards left center field and deep. Going back is Will Taylor. It's over his head, bounces against the wall. The speedy Vastine rounds first, heads to second. He's making the turn. Jonathan Vastine into third base standing. His second triple on the summer. And a 2-out base runner for the Braves. The second triple in the last 3 games for Vastine.
Yeah, back to the deepest part of this park. In all likelihood, left center field. It's 397 to straightaway center, but it seems to move deeper towards left center and Vastine. Just that ball slicing away from a lefty, long run for Taylor in center. With his speed, you don't want to give him any more time.
Now an RBI chance for Derek Bender. Bourne looking for run number 5, Lovas. First pitch, Bender lines this one way foul first base side. Bender 1 for 2, singled back in the first, walked in the fourth with a stolen base. Down 0-1 in the count here. Lovas looking to keep it scoreless entering the game. Vastine off third base. 0-1 pitch, popped up foul out of play on the off speed. Quickly 0-2. Vastine leads the team in triples. Stolen bases, he's tied. RBIs have been up there. He's been stellar. Came into the game batting .327. 0-2 pitch, wave and a miss from Bender. Went chasing on the elevated fastball for out number 3 here in the top of the 6th inning. So 1 hit for the Braves on no runs. They still lead 4-0. Bottom 6 coming up. Stick with us on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org. BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? Too worn out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry. Just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
We head to the bottom of the 6th inning here from McKeon Park. Bourne still in front 4-0 over the Harbor Hawks. And a new pitcher for the Braves. It's the righty out of Yukon, Jack Sullivan. That will end the night for Tristan Smith, and what an outing it was. 5 innings, 3 hits, no walks, no runs, and 8 punch-outs for the southpaw out of Clemson. Jack Sullivan now in, making his 4th appearance, his last game against Wareham. It was his worst so far in a loss. 3 innings, 3 earned runs on 2 strikeouts, but before that, he was stellar on 2 appearances that totaled to 3 innings. Had a save as well in those 2 appearances. That save coming in the win against Orleans at home in the 6-5 victory. He'll face the top of the order. Here's the lefty, Nick Mitchell. Sullivan from the windup. High leg kick. First pitch popped up third base side. Going to be out of play. Mitchell 0 for 2 so far. 2 ground outs. Has played left field here tonight. The outfielder out of Western Illinois University. Sullivan just clicking his cleats together, getting the dirt off on the bump once again. We saw the same from Smith. From the left side of the rubber is 0-1. Fastball outside corner, gonna miss. Count 1-1. Third baseman in Foster just a step behind the grass. Middle infield normal depth for the Braves. Outfield straight away. That fog once again coming in hard here from McKeon Park. 1-1 pitch, off speed in there at the belt, 1-2. Zach Earhart and Cameron Smith to follow in the Hyannis order. 3 hits for the Harbor Hawks, 6 for the Braves on the 4-0 lead. Sullivan set once again, looking for punch out number 1. The 1-2, chop first base side. Michelle ranges over, picks it up, will not flip on the first. Oh, he will. Oh, he's safe. Michelle second-guessed himself, could have stepped on the bag. Pump fake the flip, then stepped to first, and then flipped it, and it wasn't in time. And the speed from Mitchell will beat this one out. Looks like it's going to be an infield single for Nick Mitchell. They have not scored it yet on the scoreboard, but a play that Michelle wants to make. And Mitchell has that speed. He's off first base.
I'm not sure if they do rule it a hit, and it looked like he was going to take him to the bag himself, and then Sullivan came over, and it just a little confusion. The speed of Mitchell too.
Here's the righty Zach Earhart. Sullivan from the stretch, off speed, called strike on the first pitch. Bounces out of the glove of Pinckney. Mitchell at first base, he'll stay there, and Earhart was showing bunt as well. He pulled back, didn't like the pitch. Earhart also 0 for 2 so far, struck out in the 4th to Smith. First time he's facing Sullivan. As the wide righty stance in the back of the box, middle infield pinching for the Braves. Sullivan sets, 0-1. Changeup low, blocked from Pinckney. Mitchell, he'll stay back at first base. He had the 2-step lead. Big spot here for Hyannis, and they had that opportunity back in the 5th inning. Had a 2-out double from Aaron Parker. Couldn't convert their runs. 4 hits for them. Sullivan, long look in. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball chopped up the middle. Could be a double play. Back in it from Eblin. Flips on the glove to second for 1. On to first, double play. Flash the leather. Bryce Eblin goes to his counterpart to Vastine, as smooth as it gets. 4-6-3, 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, that's one way to make up for a little infielding miscue. Just a really, really smooth double play like Cam said. And I mean, it doesn't shock me that it's those two making it together. Voted best bromance on the team. They got a great connection up the middle.
Here's Cameron Smith, the right-hander. First pitch from Sullivan, bounces to the plate. And during BP, I think it was probably 2 weeks ago, Vastine and Eblin were talking about, who they were in MLB players, and Eblin said he was Gavin Lux, and Eblin joked to Vastine that Vastine thinks he's Derek Jeter. 1-0 pitch, fastball going to miss low, count now 2-0.
And Adonis Guzman, not playing tonight, but he's from the Bronx area. Whenever Vastine or someone in the infield makes a nice play from the dugout, you can hear him yell, "Okay, Derek Jeter."
The 2-0 pitch, this one a high drive into the night sky, into center field. Peterson goes back at the track, looks up, this ball is gone. The Harbor Hawks put a run on the board. The solo home run for Cameron Smith. His 4th blast on the summer. It's 4-1 here from McKeon Park.
He's dangerous. There's no other way to put it on Cameron Smith. Really super talented hitter for Florida State and what he's done this season. He just sees the ball so well. And that's just another example of it. 4th home run of the season, leads the team. Probably the best hitter Hyannis has right now.
Here's the lefty Zachary York, first pitch to the first baseman, fastball outside. 5 hits now for Hyannis, their first run on the board. That ball an absolute drive. Peterson was in right center field. That ball almost straight away center. 1-0 pitch, fastball low and inside to York. Dances out of the way, 2-0. York 1 for 2, singled back in the 4th inning. Cameron Smith is now 2 for 3. Sullivan back to the windup. High leg kick. Here's the pitch, wave and a miss. York was way out in front on the off speed. Count 2-1.
And for Sullivan, you just got to settle back in here. It's just one run, still holding on to that lead.
Sullivan gets set once again. 2-1 pitch, fastball at the knees, a called strike. Count even at 2s. York out of Grand Canyon made a stellar play in the top half of the 5th inning, went full extension on the first base side. Sullivan, 1-2, slider low. York takes a look. Count full. York looking to get on base here. Sullivan looking to get out of the inning. Got help with the double play, has put 2 runners on, a hit and a home run. The pitch, this one a high drive to right field. Kiss it goodbye. Bat flip from Zachary York. This ball is still going to Yarmouth. Hyannis crawling back. Second run on a solo blast. It's 4-2.
And that's a pitch Sullivan would have liked back. Just left right in the heart of the zone to York, and he's got plenty of power on him. Makes no mistake about it. Over the scoreboard in right field.
Man, that was a shot from Zachary York. Straight off the bat, you knew it was gone. And he gave it a long look. Flipped his bat, and it was way out of here. Austin Kelly will now be the pinch hitter for Alex Lane. Lane was the DH, so Kelly will now be in. Lane was the righty, Kelly's the lefty. Sullivan set here from the windup. 2 outs in the inning, looking to bear down. First pitch, wave and a miss. Count 1-1. It was a single to lead off the inning from Mitchell. Then a beautiful double play from Eblin and Vastine, and back-to-back home runs from Smith and York in the heart of the order. Kelly in the back of the box, Sullivan back to the windup. 0-1 pitch, fastball gonna miss outside. Count knotted at once. But Hyannis now not going away in a wonky kind of game. It's been a long one so far. 1-1 pitch, off-speed shot, first base side, rolls into right field for a base hit, past the glove of the sliding Michelle. 3 straight hits, 4 on the inning now for Hyannis. Kelly checks in, does some damage. And a 2-out base runner for the Harbor Hawks. Tying run now comes to the plate in Elijah Hainline.
This is an inning that Sullivan's going to want to forget. Had a tough outing at Wareham, and now he comes in here and he's got 2 pitches he wishes he had back. No doubt home runs. A lot of hard hit balls by Hyannis right now.
Here's the shortstop in Hainline. 0 for 2 so far. Struck out twice and a balk called here from Sullivan. Kelly will get now second base. Runner in scoring position for the Harbor Hawks in a tough inning out of the bullpen so far for Sullivan. Pinckney will chat with him. The home plate umpire and Cruz will come out. And he's looking to bear down here. Had Kelly in a good spot. He's had a lot of these hitters in solid counts, but some great swings from Hyannis as this game goes on. Cruz will not call it a mound visit between Pinckney and Sullivan. Outfield and straightaway depth. Infield, normal depth as well. Middle infield pitching just a little bit. Second baseman in Eblin holding on the runner in Kelly. RBI chance here for Elijah Hainline. Looking to get his night back on track. The righty digs in, Sullivan from the stretch. Here's the first pitch. Fastball, this one driven into the night sky in left field. Isn't another one. Giuffreda going back, looking up at the wall, into the trees, it's gone. 3 home runs on the inning for the Harbor Hawks. They tie this game at 4 on the 2-run blast from Elijah Hainline. What an inning for Hyannis. Bourne led 4-0 coming into the bottom half of the 6th. 4 runs on the board for Hyannis. All the runs coming via the blast.
Not a whole lot of words really here, Cam, but man, this game has changed real quick.
Here's the righty and Eric Snow. Sullivan still has 2 outs, looking to get out of this inning. First pitch goes right off the back of Snow. He'll jog down to first base. And Sullivan just a tough inning here in relief for what Tristan Smith done. He was stellar. And Jonathan Gazatter will pinch run for the hit by pitch from Snow. So Gazatter now on first base. Has no stolen bases so far in his summer. And Aaron Parker will be the hitter here. That go-ahead run now on the base paths just like that. It was a 2-out rally right now for Hyannis, all on home runs. Maybe their best inning so far this summer. And they've shown the ability to come back in baseball games. We're down 6-0 against Katuitt 2 weeks ago here at their home ballpark and came back in the 9th inning. Gazatter off first base. First pitch to Parker, a called strike at the knees, 0-1. Parker 1 for 2 so far, doubled in the 5th inning. That was the closest chance that Hyannis had coming into this inning. Sullivan back to the stretch, a long look in, takes a look at first base. Parker in the back of the box, Gazatter is going. Wave and a miss, Pinckney not going to throw it down. Bobbles the exchange. Count now 0-2, but that go-ahead run in scoring position. Big chance here for Aaron Parker. Looking to put a cherry on top of this outstanding bottom of the 6th for the Harbor Hawks. Sullivan looking to keep this game tied at 4. Long look in for Sullivan, leaning over to look into the sign from Pinckney. Now gets it, glove with the belt, no balls, 2 strikes. A look at second. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. Or they're going to call a foul ball right in the box. Just tipped. Pinckney's going to tag him either way. We'll do it again on the 0-2. And that one just being tipped off the end of the bat from Parker. And that's kind of been this inning here. A few inches one way, a few inches the other. Bourne could be out of it, but Hyannis has found a way as Sullivan steps off the mound. Parker steps out of the box before the 0-2. Gazatter still off second base. Sullivan cleaning off his cleats once again. He'll step back on the rubber. Parker back in the box. Waves his bat twice. He'll now dig back in. No one bouncing around to hold on the runner in Gazatter. He has a 3-step lead off second base. Sullivan still with a long look in. Parker still waving his bat. Now he sets his sights, glove at the belt. Here's the 0-2. This one poked first base side. Going to be over the head of Eblin at second base. Rounding third is Gazatter. The throw is coming home over the head of Pinckney and not in time. Parker to second base. An RBI single. The Harbor Hawks, 5 runs in the inning. They now lead 5-4. A long inning here so far, and Hyannis has done what they've been able to do. And their bats have come alive on the reliever, Jack Sullivan. Scott Landers comes out, picks a wave towards the bullpen, and that's going to do it for the righty out of UConn. Harbor Hawks, just like that, in front, 5-4. 3 home runs, an RBI single from Aaron Parker gives them the lead. We'll get you the new pitcher and everything you need to know when we return on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Born Braves Baseball on the Born Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? Too worn out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Born Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Born Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Born Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Born Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bornbraves.org.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Born Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich.
Back here on the Born Braves Broadcast Network, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. The new pitcher is the right-hander out of St. Joe's, Matthew McShane. Looking to stop the bleeding here. Hyannis has taken a 5-4 lead on 5 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. The hitter is a 9-hitter in Will Taylor. First pitch, he shows bunt, pulls back, fastball low. Aaron Parker on second base. He had the RBI single to give the Harbor Hawks the lead. McShane, his 6th appearance, he's been solid so far, 2.38 ERA. 11 1/3 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts to 5 walks. He's back to the stretch. Taylor 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. The 1-0 pitch, fastball called, strike of the knees. Count 1-1. Bourne looking to stop the bleeding right here. It looked like all Braves, 4-0 coming into the inning. And a spark in Hyannis. 3 home runs in this inning. McShane set once again. Takes a look at second base at Parker. 1-1 pitch, fastball low, gloved by Pinckney. 2 balls, 1 strike. It was Cameron Smith's 4th home run. It was Zachary York's 1st in his 3rd game with Hyannis. And Elijah Hainline also clubbing a first bomb as well. McShane set. 2-1 to Taylor. Fastball low once again. Count 3-1. And just a change of events. It was 2 outs in the inning for Jack Sullivan after a single, a double play. Then the home runs began. Taylor waves his bat in the righty's batter's box. 3 balls, 1 strike. McShane, the highlight kick. The pitch, fastball, lined at Foster, goes under his glove and into left field. Giuffreda coming in with a throw. It's going to be cut off from Foster and not in time. It's an RBI single for Will Taylor. Hyannis keeps the train rolling. They lead 6-4. Crazy inning here for Hyannis. 10 hits now for the Harbor Hawks. They came into the inning with 4. And they'll bat around. Here's Nick Mitchell, who started the inning. He had a single. Was forced out at second base in the double play. Has Taylor at first. McShane now set once again, back to the stretch to the lefty Mitchell. 2-step lead off first base is Taylor. McShane's first pitch, off speed low. Mitchell not biting. A check down, and Cockrum saying he did not go around. Count 1-0. Mitchell 1 for 3, 2 groundouts and that single. Vastine sheeted up the middle at shortstop. Michelle holding on the runner and Taylor. McShane set, 1-0 pitch. Fastball gonna miss, low and outside. Count now 2-0. And similar to the last time we were at McKeon Park for Bourne Hyannis, not this type of inning, but the long balls for the Harbor Hawks. Clubbing 2 in that one, and Bourne was ahead and having to work back. Very similar here, down by 2. 2-0 pitch, this one, a high drive, shallow left field. Coming in is Trufretta, battling that fog. Now takes 2 steps back, and 2 steps to his left. He'll make the catch to end the inning. So Bourne finally gets out of the inning, but 3 home runs, a few RBI singles, and Hyannis, they lead Bourne 6-4. Led to the top of the 7th inning. I'll hand play-by-play back over to Matt Scalzo here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com, and go Braves.
Welcome back to McKeon Park. It's a whole new ball game. 6 runs in the bottom of the 6th by the Harbor Hawks. They take the lead 6-4 over Bourne. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. Happy to be with you here. We've battled the fog, the rain. Now we're battling mosquitoes, it feels like, at least on my legs. Cam's offering me some bug spray.
Here, dude.
I'm going to take some.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to reapply. I had applied some, but we're going to.
I was wearing pants earlier on, and I feel like I was getting bit, but, you know, could have been mental, but I just sprayed them under my pant leg.
I mean, I thought I had one in my arm at one point, so, you know, maybe it is all mental. But either way, Bourne's going to have to battle back. We've seen the resiliency from them as of late. They're going to have to do it again. This time they've surrendered a larger lead after jumping ahead up 4-0. Heading into the 6th, Jack Sylvan came on the mound, and he had an inning he wants to forget. 3 home runs given up to the Harbor Hawks. They take a 6-4 lead as we head into the final 3 innings. And now they've got a new pitcher on the mound. Darren Horn out of Coastal Carolina will make his 4th appearance on the mound. Comes in with a 3.60 ERA, and he's going to begin by facing his Coastal Carolina teammate in Caden Bodine. Stands in the lefty's batter's box, takes the first pitch off speed on the outside corner, 0-1. Horn has struck out 8 and walked 3 in 5 innings of work. The 0-1, ground ball hit on the first base side. It will go foul. It's 0-2, excuse me. Last appearance for Horn went 2 innings, just allowed 2 hits, struck out 3 and walked 1 in a 5-4 loss at YD on the 5th of July. 0-2. Breaking ball bounces in front of home plate. It's 1-2. Garrett Michelle and Sam Peterson to follow. The 1-2. Breaking ball just caught off the end of the bat by Bodine. Sends it back, and we'll go again on another 1-2. Night comes to a close for Carter Lovaz. He goes 2 1/3 innings. Just allowed 1 hit, struck out 5, and walked 1. No runs allowed for the right-hander out of William and Mary. 1-2. Fastball low and away. 2-2 to Bodine.
And that fog also looks like it's even getting worse now. Coming on the infield a lot more. And we went at a point where
it looked like maybe the umpires were going to call it in the bottom of the 5th. We went through the 6th, and it's a completely different ball game than what it was before. We'll see if Bourne can get their offense into gear one more time. 2-2 to Bodine. Checks his swing. He did not go around. Count runs full. He lays off the breaking ball from Horn. Payoff pitch. It's low. Bodine works a leadoff walk to begin top of the 7th.
Well, exactly what Bourne wants there. You bring the tying run to the plate in Michelle. And it's kind of a new ball game now. You're working ahead. Now you got to just play from behind once again. But Bourne's been able to show that they can do that.
Bodine just 0 for 1 still. He's worked 3 walks. Just a pop out to the shortstop back in the 3rd inning. First pitch to Michelle. Fastball misses inside, and it's 1-0 to the left-hander. He's 0 for 2, a sac fly in the 1st, and then a couple of strikeouts in the 3rd and the 4th. 1-0. Michelle ropes it straight at second. Glove fired onto first. It's in time. Eric Snow with the snag and snap throw back to first. Double play. Nobody left on base here for Bourne as Sam Peterson will come up.
Yeah, just killer right there for Bourne. Bat luck right now not on their side. That's a scorcher from Michelle right at the second baseman and just snap throw to first. Very tough play.
Brings up Sam Peterson with 2 outs against the righty and Horn. He stands in the righty's batter's box. First pitch, check swing. Lays off the breaking ball outside. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing and a miss on the fastball. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Peterson takes the breaking ball inside. It's 2-1. Check swing. Did he go around? He did on the breaking ball that skipped back to the backstop. Count evened at 2s with 2 gone here in the top of the 7th. The 2-2. Breaking ball low and away. Peterson lays off. Count runs full with 2 outs. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Foul tipped off the mitt, or off the bat of Peterson into the mitt of Parker. That will end the inning. First strikeout for Horn, and we will head to the bottom of the 7th and stretch it out from McKeon Park. It's a 6-4 Hyannis lead over Bourne.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you're interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area in our can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com, and go Braves.
bottom of the 7th we go from Hyannis. It's a 6-4 Hyannis lead over Bourne. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. Matt McShane onto the mound for his first full inning of work. He came in for Jack Sullivan in relief in that big 6-spot 6th inning for the Harbor Hawks. And we saw on the top of the 7th, Darren Horn working an unconventional 1-2-3 inning, aided by a 4-3 double play. And now it'll be 2, 3, and 4 due up in this Hyannis order. Zach Earhart, Cam Smith, and Zach York. And you hear 2 of those names, and that's exactly who you want up if you're Hyannis. Smith and York going back-to-back with solo home runs to spark that Hyannis offense in the 6th. Earhart, meanwhile, is 0 for 3. First pitch fastball misses inside. It's 1-0, and Cam and I were talking during the break. The fog has certainly gotten much worse than what we saw earlier in the game when there was contemplation on calling the game to where it is now. Sam Peterson out in center, 1-0, ground ball left side. Backhanded by Foster at third, fires on to first. It's high. Michelle pops up off the bag and then applies the tag to Earhart for the first out.
Yeah, I also can't really even see Sam Peterson in straightaway center.
It's like he's fading into the distance.
Yeah.
In some obscure movie. Field of Dreams, maybe, except there's no corn behind him, but
there's a lot of grass, a lot of bushes and trees.
I mean, even Gage Harrelson, who's in right field, it's a little faded.
Yeah.
And he's closest to us out of all the outfielders. First pitch to Smith, hard hit ground ball right back up the middle and into center field. Cam Smith. His bat is on fire. 3rd hit in a row for him. He stands on first.
And this is where things get dangerous if Hyannis and these guys can keep hitting the ball so well. Smith and York went back-to-back, and both with just absolute shots. Smith went to center, and York hit a ball way over the scoreboard and right.
It was a no-doubter. He knew it straight off his bat. Stood and watched it fly and flipped his bat for extra measure. First pitch to the left-hander, breaking ball. In the zone for strike 1. The 0-1. Fastball at the knees, called strike 2. It's quickly 0-2 to York.
And York's been hot, too. Came into the game 2 for 6. 2 more hits here in this one. And the RBI numbers for him now up to 3 in 3 games.
Smith leads off first, held on to by Michelle. Middle infield of Vastine and Eblin pitching. McShane from the stretch, the 0-2. Fastball outside. 1-2 to York. The 1-2. Breaking ball low. It's 2-2 to York.
And York working back here, and McShane looking to keep a ball low in the zone, work that double play that Eblin and Vastine showed was so easy back in the 6th.
The 2-2. This one's popped up. Right field. Harrelson moving over towards the gap. Now he's lost it, finds it, makes the catch. Caught out as Smith. The throw from Harrelson is off target. And there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Umpires looking at one another. Harrelson was in right field, thought he had a beat on it, and then saw it coming down, and it was nowhere near where he was. Fortunate to go over and make the grab.
Yeah, Cruz and Giacco both just gave a little nod at each other back and forth. You know, it can almost get dangerous there for Gage Harrelson. Thankfully, he tracked that ball down, but he had no clue where it was at first, and, man, scary situation.
Brings up Austin Kelly. Singled his first time up. He was a pinch hitter for Alex Lane. First pitch swing. He fouls it straight back on the fastball. It's 0-1. 0-1 count, 2 away. 6-4 lead for Hyannis. In the bottom of the 7th, off first is Smith. The 0-1 for McShane. Breaking ball, called strike 2. Frozen was Kelly.
And this will be big for McShane here. Stay in the strike zone. Don't let the Hyannis hitters get back in front once again. Just attack right here.
The 0-2. Fastball elevated high and away. Check swing from Kelly. He lays off, and it's 1-2. On deck, if it gets to him, is Elijah Hainline. He's the one that tied it on his 2-run home run. His first of the season, just an inning ago. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Fooled was Kelly, a late swing, and McShane's got his first punch out to end the bottom of the 7th, and we'll see what is ruled here as the umpires are coming together down the first base side. We'll stay here in case that might be the end of it. Towards the end of the inning, I couldn't see Pete Giuffreda in left field, to be completely honest with you.
Right now in left center, you can't even see anything. And, you know, it gets to a point where Bourne wants to keep playing baseball, but it just becomes a dangerous thing. High fly balls right now, you know, this is just...
It's dangerous.
When you talk about fog, this is complete, like, the outfield is completely fogged. The infield obviously still a little bit visible, but, you know, they tried so much to play this game.
It looks like that's going to be it. They're telling Darren Horn not to throw anything, and they're pointing to Scott Landers, waving him out. They want to talk about where this stands. Hyannis is leaving the field. Zach York is still playing catch with himself on top of the mound. Hey, he's having a little fun.
Yeah, and this would be a tough loss for the Braves, up 4-0. And, you know, this game could have been a fog out in the 4th or 5th inning when the Braves had that big 4-run lead. And Hyannis was actually begging for a fog out during that time. And the game played on. Fog now has gotten a lot worse. Coaches conversing with the umpires and waiting for a final signal.
Coaches going over to their teams.
Oh, is this a fog delay? Oh, man.
And they have ruled. Joe Cruz goes up to the press box and says, we are going into a fog delay for the allotted time. Not sure how long the allotted time is, but we'll wait it out, and we'll step aside whenever we hear anything more here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. As it stands right now, Hyannis lead 6-4 after 7.